Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and tonight we have...
Wait a second. Whoa. Hold on, asshole. I'm Jeff Hicks. I'm on the wrong show, though.
Holy shit, it's Jeff Hicks.
Where did he come from?
Andre the Giant, is that you? World Class Bullshitters.
Sweet.
Alrighty. So we're the Fancaste. That's right. Let me flip the page. So on the line we have Kendo Slice.
What up?
Liquid Metal Pro.
The other day I jumped off the rooftop and went to hell. Unfortunately, Satan said I was too ugly for it and gave me life again.
Nice.
We've all been
Reality's Frank.
Sandy was hateful for rules.
And our very special guest, the one and only Jeff Hicks.
Hello, everyone.
Alrighty. So obviously this is an interesting show tonight. We're going to cover pretty much some of the Spider-Man stuff as well as episode 80. We also can cover 79 and 79 and a half if we want. We've covered some of that, but hey, it's still an interesting topic. So today on the show we had Nick giving us news about teleportation into orbit. I'm getting tired of putting my photons joke out there and no one seems to get it.
I'm sorry, wait, you put a photons joke?
Yeah, you can make light of them.
Oh.
I was actually gonna go and check the video to read your joke.
Oh, sorry. Sorry I spoiled it for you.
Good one, Dad.
It's all right. My work.
Good one, Dad? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hey, you're only 11 years younger than I am.
No, there's actually a whole website called Good One Dad.
Oh, okay.
You just click on it and it keeps giving you all these horrible jokes. It's terrible.
Pretty sure there's also a subset on Pornhub that's called Good One Dad too, but that's totally different.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to check this out.
Don't link that to Augs.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's a federal crime in there somewhere if that happens.
Yeah, a little break.
Hold on. Hey, I didn't say I was linking it to anyone. I just want to see if this is legitly on Pornhub.
Well, all right.
Silence. All you hear is keys tickling.
Yeah, all of a sudden you hear click, 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 click.
Well, I'll be damned.
Huh.
So I thought
Guys, I need a napkin.
Yeah, go ahead. All right. Anyway, I thought the experiment was pretty interesting, although I think there was a Outer Limits episode that was kind of like this, where they made a copy of you in a distant galaxy and then deleted your original, which is basically what they did with the photon. It seems like I've seen a sci-fi show of some kind that had that kind of thing, because I know we're talking about, Jeff, you had mentioned, hey, it would be good to transport somewhere, but Nick kind of said, yeah, but then you're going to be ripped apart.
Yeah, that's a risk I'm willing to take, though, at this point. I'm pretty bored.
Yeah. So, the other
I would be interested in it if, like, when they make your duplicate, you could, like, have it changed. Like, if it's the same consciousness I have and the same thinking and brain and personality, and then, like, be like, well, can you, edit a few things? Can you make certain parts a little bit longer and fatter? Can you go ahead and give me some abs and, like, beef up the arms? Dude, I would fucking transport right now.
Get rid of
Listen, I could stand to lose a good 50 pounds. I'm definitely on board for this.
All right. Which leg would you like to lose first?
Well, they don't call them tripod for nothing.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, there is that. Yeah. Can you make me taller? Whatever. Other science news that I don't remember them talking about, but maybe I missed it. And Kendo wanted to talk about the upcoming eclipse.
Oh, I was just going to mention that because it made me think about it, that there's like one of the rare eclipse things. It's like a full-blown eclipse that's happening, I think, August 12th. I don't know. All I know is like the trajectory of it, like the best vantage point of it is about 2 hours south of here, like 15 minutes from where I used to live, to where it's like pretty much the eclipsiest of the eclipsing you'll be able to see is in like that spot. So I'm totally going to go do that and take beer.
Yeah, there you go. Now it's a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not getting drunk and seeing it in an eclipse and possibly bringing in the end of times, because I'm sure there's some fuckstick out there screaming about how, Satan's coming to town once the eclipse happens, then, you just don't know how to live.
Yeah,
we just have sex.
We had the calendar wrong. This is the real 2012.
Well,
God damn it.
I for one, welcome my new Dark Overlord, the Prince of Darkness himself. Not Ozzy, the other one. But hey, he's welcome too.
Well, hey,
Isn't Ozzy an angel?
do what?
What?
Isn't Ozzy an angel? Like, I remember watching a movie where he was an angel.
Oh,
Are you, little Nicky?
Yes, there you go. That's the one.
Yeah, I think that was meant to be ironic.
I don't know, man. It was pretty convincing.
Wasn't Reese Witherspoon the mom?
Yep, she was the
Yeah.
mom angel.
She was pretty hot back then.
Yeah.
Oh, she was, definitely. Yeah.
I would have went there and stayed for a while.
At least 12 minutes, right?
Yeah, and then I'd been like, all right, it's time for you to leave. Got to play video games and go to bed. So if you could just, that'd be great.
Yeah, I gotta take a shower, so you can just let yourself out.
Yeah. Well, I did see that information about that eclipse a while ago, and I think they were saying something like the last time we had one total in the U.S. I thought it was I remember one in the 70s, and I lived in Tennessee at the time, and we couldn't see it, and now it's like going to pass right over Knoxville, a good vantage point. And I'm like, dang nabbit. So Nick ought to have some nice photos of it if he's visiting his parents.
Welcome to drive on down here, and we'll meet up carpool and go down to the little town of DeSoto, Missouri, to see it.
That would be the darkest place on earth. Yes.
I mean, it's okay if you like hillbillies.
Oh, where do I sign?
Yeah. You gotta talk right, that's all.
I mean, it's
Knock some
we
teeth
got
out.
it's as Hoosier as it can get, which I understand that for you guys is a term that you just think, oh, somebody from Indiana. But here, Hoosier means something totally different. It's like a combination of redneck and white trash. That's a Hoosier. The more you know.
What?
I thought those were synonyms.
The Fancast. We're also educational.
Angie McCade in it. I don't know. So speaking of crazies, what about Quentin Tarantino doing a Manson movie? Any thoughts? Did you guys listen to the show? No.
Well,
Yes.
I know
That's how
you
I
did.
got all these notes.
you take notes.
Yes, he does.
I
You
have
prepare?
to. Yes.
Yes.
Damn, I suck.
You can ask Jeff how much I prepare. Like, I sent him stuff for Ring Rust, knowing I wasn't going to be on it, to contribute, even though I wasn't going to be on. I was like, here's my views on tonight's topics and stuff.
The 2 weeks you've been on our show, you have contributed more than Phil, Dan, and Loudy ever in like 2 years. So I commend you.
Teacher's pet.
It sounds like you remember yesterday's show better than I do.
Well, don't be mad at me because I'm the coolest kid in the room.
Hey, last week we did talk about bestiality for 20 minutes. So,
That's right. We started with the bestiality because I confused animality with bestiality in the Mortal Kombat conversation.
Yes, and
There's
I had
no
to
real
explain it
difference.
to you.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, back to Quentin Tarantino. Fuck Liu Kang, the pussy.
We already went over this. He is no longer the protagonist. It's Johnny Cage. Johnny fucking Cage, okay?
He could fucking
Yes.
do one too. Anyway, Quentin Tarantino. I cannot remember the last Quentin Tarantino movie I liked. I don't want to say Pulp Fiction because that was a long time ago.
I hated that. I get the artistic purpose of like shuffling all the scenes and everything. I just didn't like it.
I enjoyed it. I remember I watched it when I was like 12. I remember there was parts where my dad made me leave the room and then come back in. And I think the only part I can really remember where that happened was when the chick was talking about all the piercings she's got, and she's like, I got them in my nipples and I got one in my clit. And that's when he's like, go outside for like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait. Was this the? I remember watching a movie with my mom when I think this is the one where they brought out the GIMP, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
bring
Yeah.
out the GIMP.
Oh my god! My mom
and-
was like,
I had to leave the room for the GIMP part too.
Yeah,
yo,
being
my
Williams
mom
Disco.
that was like, I don't think my mom was ever the same after that scene.
That was like the only time I can ever remember my dad censoring what I was watching, like movie wise, because this is the guy that like he had Platoon and Full Metal Jacket on like VHS tape, and I watched it with him when I'm like 5 and 6 years old.
Damn.
I know my dad's cool. We've talked about Father Slice. He's awesome.
Yes. Yeah,
But-
I did like Kill Bill Volume 1, but yeah, Volume 2 just got
Yeah.
I didn't like
Yeah.
either one.
I liked the first one too.
Oh,
Second
the
one
one
was
was good. I enjoyed it. She killed people. That was basically it.
Right.
yeah. If it was I don't know. It was okay.
And you have to, be expecting all that crazy blood flying all over the place. Everybody apparently has 12 gallons of bright pink blood in them. So when they get killed,
under 50 psi at all times. Yes.
right, it's going to shoot 12 feet easily, especially if your head gets taken off with the sword.
I tried watching The Hateful Eight. I was actually when it was coming out, I was like, okay, this might be kind of cool because, there's some really good actors in it and the premise is good. I got like 15, 20, 25 minutes into it. I turned off. I was like, I can't fucking watch this. It's too goddamn slow and boring.
It doesn't get better.
Oh, I'm glad I went ahead and turned it off. It's like, well, this is fucking dumb. And then
it's like 3 hours of shit.
Oh.
Is it the one that's the new one that's mostly in the snow?
Yeah.
Yep.
He did that in 70 mil too.
Yeah, we didn't get that here though.
No. So you can watch that boring movie in IMAX, I guess. Gee whiz.
It's like Dunkirk. That's coming out in 70 millimeter in Indianapolis.
I tell you, if that movie is anything like the trailer, there are going to be heart attacks in the theater, I think. That trailer
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, the trailer is really intense. I mean, that is, at least I found it so. But I like.
I'm just happy the movie's under 2 hours long.
Yeah. What is the deal? Years and years ago they used to have long movies, but they also used to have intermission halfway through, so you could, get some more
popcorn. Let's all go out to the lobby.
There you go. That predates me, but I knew it.
Shit, okay.
Okay. The Holy Grail does have an intermission, but it's a joke. So, anyway.
Well, either way. So,
Spider-Man month.
Spider-Man month.
We're just going to completely skip the rest of episode 80.
No!
What a shitty episode. Fuck that. Let's talk about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It did start out terrible.
We all wanted to talk about this, and we would be technically going in order, sequential order?
Yeah, we don't have to go in sequential order.
Yeah, it's our show. We can do what the hell we want.
Yeah.
All 8 people that listen will still listen.
3 of them are one person, so that helps.
We have half our audience on the show.
Yeah. At this point, this is really just self-gratification.
Well, there's one thing I'm good at.
Pretty much.
Let's record it, let's upload it, and then let's sit here and listen to ourselves and just mark out.
Shit, I've been doing that for years.
I'm not gonna lie, I mark out over myself on Fancast. I marked out hard after the first time I was on Ring Rust. As soon as it went live, I pulled it up on my TV and streamed it and laid here and listened to it. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool.
I listened to you guys when I had to babysit my grandma. She lives with my uncle, and I had 2 or 3 episodes to listen to in a row on this giant 70-inch TV with surround sound. So
nice.
You guys were sounding really good.
All right.
Extend my deepest apologies to your grandmother.
I know your grandmother was probably hate Mexicans right now because of me.
Yeah.
Their basement's like a finished basement. She didn't hear a single thing. She had her TV on so loud. She was watching Diagnosis Murder for 7 hours straight.
Okay,
nice.
That's cool.
Oh,
you had us in full vulgarity surround sound.
Oh,
you guys have heard me on my show. You know how I talk. My family knows I talk like that, so you guys are tame in comparison.
Nice.
Well, we did start with bestiality, so
true story.
Forget it. I'm not going to explain it again.
Dude, I understand where you're coming from. As soon as they were talking about it, I'm like, you mean animalities? Like the dragon? I knew it right away, because I was a Mortal Kombat kid.
Yeah. Yeah, but we were talking about that for 15 minutes before I said, you know what? I'm just going to hit record on these fuckers and see where we go.
Yeah, because we'll sit down, we'll start talking about stuff, and we'll get on a really good stride, and it'll all be not recorded. So there's so many times I'm like, we needed to be recording that.
What do you guys use to record?
Brian Lape.
Oh, because the program we use automatically records the second I make a call, so there's never anything lost. I have to go 45 minutes out of the beginning of each episode.
Oh, nice.
Now, is that an add-in to Skype?
It's a thing called MP3 Downloader, and I just double-click it, and it just records it records me in one channel and the other guys in another channel, and then I just put it through Audacity.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a thing called Call Recorder that's an add-on to Skype, and I just hit the button. And I can now. The first couple times we did these as video, but we decided to just do audio to help with the bandwidth. And so I can export it either together or in separate channels or whatever I want to do.
Oh, okay.
So, and then if I do separate, then I just have to make sure I sync it properly, because sometimes I'm quieter than they are, and so I need to boost my levels more than them.
Sometimes you're not quiet enough.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if you ever give the program I use a try, it's you can just like upgrade the you can change the quality or the settings or whatever, and that's all I do. And then I just put it to a mono track, so we're in both channels.
Right.
And that's honestly, I can get for Podbean, it takes like 20 minutes to like render and everything. That's how easy it is.
MP3 free downloader.
Let me tell you the exact name of it right now. It's called MP3 Skype Recorder. The logo is a tape recorder with like a red swirl. It's freeware. It's legit. I've had it for 2 years now, and it never gave me any problems.
Okay, let's see if they got a Mac version. They do, maybe.
There is an episode of World Class Bullshitters that got recorded, but it didn't record, so we spent like 2 hours talking about stuff, and we just said screw it. And you guys will never hear that one.
Is that one of the missing episodes between like 5 and 10?
Those episodes aren't really. I heard you guys talk about that. The episodes aren't missing. I just didn't have a numbering system down.
Okay.
Like I'm going back and doing headers for each video, so eventually they'll all look like they do now with the numbers up in the top right-hand corner and all that stuff.
Nice.
Because the third episode's Batman, and then the first episode was the Marvel episode. God,
Yeah, and then there was the Star Wars month.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did that.
So I didn't know if those counted as official episodes or not, because then it goes back to like episode 3 or whatever.
If it goes 1, 2, and then those, I guess it is. I have to go back and look at it. Honestly, we did 80 episodes so far. I forgot. It used to be that the movie reviews didn't count as an episode, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has been fascinating.
Yeah.
Now, while we're on this subject, just I want to make sure I told Chris Littleton. Do you use Photoshop for those thumbnails, like the PSD you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I've
because
been
he
on
asked.
Photoshop all day.
Yeah, he asked what website you would use. I think he's asking really about the bubbles, but I know you can do that in Photoshop as well.
All I did is I downloaded a large size word balloon,
Right.
and I just put it into Photoshop and just type into it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was looking at ways of doing that. And I'm like, can I just get an image and resize it?
That's all I mean, I do a little more, but still, I don't spend too much time on the video images. Because if I did, it would take, it would just be too. Because I'm an artist, you never finish anything. You keep going back and keep going back, and
Yeah.
who gives a shit at the end of the day? It's about what's in the video, not the picture.
Yeah. Because I did. I usually work on the thumbnail while I'm rendering the image or rendering the video and uploading and stuff like that. So, all right. Well, there we go. A side note of how the pros do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
we
blows
just
my
got
mind
some,
that you call us the pros.
we just got some training from one of the core Ghostbusters. We're ready to go.
There we go.
This is WCBS Live. All righty. So, do you want to go? Should we go in order of his notes, or are we just going to jump around? I don't really care, but
Well, I mean,
don't think anyone does.
the only thing that's left in the news section was live action Aladdin and World War.
Yeah,
Wonder
World War.
Woman sequel rumors.
do you really want me talking about Wonder Woman yet again?
No.
Again,
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
'Cause
All right.
I had a realization yesterday. She's not even the freaking hero of that movie.
Yeah, she's just there to
I
do
haven't-
all the work.
I haven't watched this, so I'm gonna have to take your guys' word for it.
I haven't seen it yet
Steve
either.
is the hero. He basically does everything but rescue himself from drowning.
So in
Have
other
you guys
words,
seen Captain America, because you've seen Wonder Woman then.
Yeah.
I was about
Oh,
to
yeah.
say he sounds like Captain
Beat-
America.
Beat per beat, it's a Captain America clone. I believe that's why they said it in World War One, because Captain America had been already out with World War Two, because she starts in World War Two in the comic.
Yep.
So
That's when she was created.
and I believe that I know you guys had talked about the invisible jet and all that stuff before. She had an invisible plane even back in the 40s. So that's been a motif for a while until they gave her the ability to fly. So, but yeah,
Modern Wonder Woman's not good.
yeah. I even told my wife, she was even the movie was just kind of so-so to her. I mean, it was trying to speak to her inner 9-year-old. That's really what they're going after. But she's like so self-centered in that entire movie. It just drove me crazy. But yeah, sequel. It's like, okay, so we're gonna have a sequel. We had the first one set 2 days before the armistice is signed, and so now the next one's gonna be 2 days before the fall of the Soviet Union. So she just shows up at the end of stuff. I mean,
why do you think it ends so quickly?
Yeah.
Or ends so
Because she's
abruptly?
doing it with love.
oh yeah, that's the other bullshit I would love.
Yeah, she.
Her
Well,
anger
that-
is what drove her out of the, woke her up, not her love.
Yeah.
I guess her love stopped from killing everybody on the planet. So thank you. But yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you, Liquid Metal Pro. But my wife and I had a date night last week, and we saw it, and was like, yeah, that was a waste of $12.
Did you get any afterwards?
I've been married 25 years. What do you think?
No.
Well, then it's not really much of a date. I wouldn't be going on a second one.
Kendo, I tried that after I saw The Lovely Bones with my old girlfriend, and that's a movie about a teenager getting raped and murdered.
Nice.
And you talk about a fucking terrible night. That was a terrible night.
Oh God, that reminds me of the time my ex.
Did you guys go to, what was it? Not Jimmy John's. Where did White Castle. Did you go to White Castle afterwards?
Oh, you heard that story?
Oh,
He
yeah.
said he listens to the show.
I do. When I draw, I listen to you guys, and I laugh. When you were talking about my Instagram, dude, I laughed so hard.
Oh yeah, all your like chicks with huge tits and bush. It's great.
Some of those, I'm not even trying to draw bush on. I just am putting I'm just like, I don't really feel like drawing a vagina, so I'm just gonna put.
You are helping.
Yeah.
You are
I gotta
helping
see
Augs and many kids get through puberty.
Well,
Well, I can sell
somebody on that cast even asked for your Instagram link, and I responded to him and said, "Here you go."
That would be Liquid Metal Pro.
Was that LMP?
No, it wasn't me. Not this time, at
I
least.
don't remember who it was.
Wasn't me because I was already there.
Well, I have
That's
a
how
bad
I knew
habit
about
of
it.
naming everything after myself. So if people just Google my name, all my shit will just pop up.
Let's see. Let's try that out.
Keys.
God damn, there's like 12,000 Jeff Hicks.
Yeah, there's a jeffhicks.com. It's a construction website. Clearly, that's not me.
Well, I'm not doing this. Too much work.
Yeah. Well, I really don't want to talk about live action Aladdin, but you guys can if you want. I mean, that just sounds stupid. But
It's
I have-
one more movie that I'll never watch.
I can't believe
Yep.
it.
Yep. The remake boycott continues.
yeah, it's like, I don't think Hollywood's out of ideas, and I think Disney probably has. I think they're scared to death to do something semi-original because 10 people on Twitter may not like it, and they'll get 18,000, retweets who are all the same people but all different accounts, and they'll think, the world's coming to an end or something.
Honestly, I think it's just because they don't care anymore. They know people are going to pay to see this shit regardless, so they're just going to keep crapping it out because it's the easy way.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is the easy. I mean, it is the easy money, and I know we've talked about it before, and the main show's talked about it before. Many of these shows now, Wonder Woman seems to be a bit of a different one as far as the DCs, where it did quite well domestically. But it's amazing how many movies will do like 135 million domestically and 780 million worldwide.
Yep.
And this is why you have. I was watching a video not too long ago about this with Hollywood different movies, and they had, I think it was Independence Day, where they showed the poster that they showed in Japan, and it was this Japanese, and she's in the movie. I don't even think she has any lines. She's in the movie like maybe a minute and a half, but that's the only reason she was in there was she was a recognizable face of this Japanese actress, and that's how they marketed it there. And now, granted, that movie did not do well anywhere, but it's like they showed multiple movies, and it's not just for diversity. We get these casts not just for diversity in air quotes. It's because we need this person so that in the Middle East it plays well. Look at Wonder Woman. People were, granted, I know it was Jordan. It was only about $1 million, but people were all up in arms because she was a Jew, and then or Israeli or whatever, and then so they'll put
Jew.
they'll put this person in, so that it sells well here and does well in China. Or like Ghostbusters, what screwed it really hard was not only that it flopped here, but it was banned in China because it was a supernatural topic.
Yep.
And so it went, And so there you got things that are taboo. You could do it here fine and make about 150 mil, but if you want that 350 worldwide, you got to play in China because it's the second biggest market.
Which means they're making these movies the way they are because we, in this country, are not their demographic. We're not their target demographic. They're aiming for the worldwide audience. So they don't care what we think.
I, for one, welcome our new Chinese overlord.
God damn it.
I thought you were welcoming the Dark Overlord. Will you make up your damn mind?
Well, I stole a Chinese flag from the college I went to, so that's a fun story.
Jesus, it's like what you described just now reminds me. You guys ever seen that movie, The Condemned?
Sadly.
Which one?
Oh, the
Stone
WWE.
Cold.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
I mean, of all the WWE films, I could probably say it's probably one of the better ones. It's not saying much, but still. But if you remember, the main antagonist of the film, basically the whole death per view thing show that he had, he basically was trying to gather contestants from all parts of the world because that's how he wanted to market it. Like he even outright said it. Oh, I need a guy from India because I have like 1 billion people there ready to watch it on the internet.
Well, he'll die soon, so there you go. He's going to be all malnourished and weak, so you'll be able to take him out real quick.
Unless they go Jinder Mahal route,
Oh, yeah.
jacked up Canadian who just happens to be of Indian descent.
The Maharaja!
We brought in a ringer!
You do not like me because I look different and I sound different. No, we don't like you because you're supposed to be the bad guy.
And you sucked in 3MB. Like, we remember you, asshole.
No, don't go talking trash on 3MB.
Hey, I liked Heath Slater, but was it Drew McIntyre was the other one?
Yeah.
Yep. I never liked him. He's like, I know people are like, oh, he's back in NXT. It's so great. He sucked before when he's the IC champion 10 years ago. Like, whoop-de-doo. I've seen this guy.
Oh, I know. I think the majority of the reason why I like 3MB was just for Heath Slater.
We have a friend that looks like Heath Slater. He comes over to Phil's house all the time.
Nice.
Does he have kids?
No, because he's a huge stoner, but he is training to be a pro wrestler.
Well, so he doesn't have kids, so he doesn't really need the job then.
He's got a rich dad, so he's set.
There you go.
That's his gimmick.
Yeah. I don't need this job.
Well, speaking of being a pro wrestler, I could have sworn it was Loudy wanting to get back into pro wrestling or into wrestling or something. He asked me when I met him last November. I thought he said something about it. He said something getting back into it. I thought he meant actually being in the ring, but maybe just watching it. I don't know what.
No, he trained for many, many months, like, and actually wrestled matches across the country, but he got injured, and his girlfriend won't let him wrestle anymore because he's injury prone. So he really wants to do it. He has the bug, but like he wrestled like with Rhino and people like that. Like Kendo knows who Rhino is, so he knows like legit people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I think if I ever find his matches, are you my Facebook friend? Just find me on Facebook, and I'll send you some of like Loudy's matches and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he was talking about. So, but then I guess I didn't know he was injury prone, and yeah, with that kind of acrobatics, being injury prone, that's going to put an end to that pretty quickly. So, we have noise. The dogs are stirring. So, are we done were we done killing the Wonder Woman sequels and live action?
Yes.
Little Mermaid.
Take it up. Take
We
it
need
up.
more
Back and shit.
nudity in
She's
Wonder
gone.
Woman.
Right. What? Well, how about a live action Heavy Metal or what was the other one with Kim Basinger in it? Was half and half.
Cool World?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
God, she was hot back in the day.
Yeah, she was.
Batman? Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Add her to the list.
How did Alec Baldwin fuck that up so bad? Like,
Because he's a fucking lunatic.
yeah. I used to like him too, man. The Shadow, Beetlejuice. I watched a lot of his movies. As a kid.
Yeah. See now the Shadow
Simpsons one too.
and what was the other one? Was it the Phantom? Came
Yep,
out,
the
right?
Phantom.
Those were two superhero movies that just kind of went nowhere.
Yeah, because they were based on like pulpy type. Well, the Phantom's a pulp character. Or no, sorry, the Shadow's a pulp character. The Phantom's a comic strip character from like the 30s. Lee Falk's the creator, and they weren't Batman. They were kind of like Batman, but they weren't Batman enough to make money. Because if from '89 to '98, if you weren't Batman, you weren't successful.
Right. Yeah, because I like the Shadow. The Phantom I didn't like so much, but I actually like the Shadow. I like the. Now, in all fairness, he takes control of that flying blade. That makes sense. But Mary Sue taking control of the fight at the end, doing the same kind of thing, didn't.
I forgot the one time we met, we barely talked about episode 7. Like every day I think about episode 7, I just get angrier.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I need to let it go, but the fact that there are millions of people that are like praising it every day, I just like, how can you guys not see the bullshit that everyone else sees? It's
because
like they live.
They're stupid.
Yeah.
Well, for example, I'm on a Star Wars Facebook page, and people are bitching because Hasbro's not putting Rey in the new Monopoly set. And they're like, she's the best Star Wars character. She's the most important character, blah, blah, blah. Then I said this, and nobody liked it. I said, do you think it has something to do with the fact that her toys are all sitting on shelves across America, and your emotions don't matter in this point? And they just didn't like it. Because it's like as nerdy as it sounds, I'm a toy collector. Like, I got way too much money in toys. And I go to the toy store once a week or so, and I go to different ones too. And every place has the same Rey action figure, the one that came out in the first wave. Like, everyone likes to bitch, where's the Rey's action figures, blah, blah, blah. She was the first person to get a toy. She got toys in every line or wave. Like, no one bought them because she fucking sucks. Little kids didn't want to play with her because it was a girl. Regular, like, hardcore fans didn't buy it because she was essentially Luke Skywalker. It's a weird place.
Well, I wanted to say, like, I myself like to collect my my wrestling figures and my related Funkos and shit like that. And you would not believe how many times I've seen Rey's figure, like almost every Toys R Us, Kmart, or anywhere I go. Like, she does not sell.
I know, you can't find, like, Kylo Ren for as much of a bitch as he is, but you can find Rey. I found her at my local Kroger for $7.
Jesus.
Yeah, I also collect toys. I bought all 3 of the Rey figures just to keep in the package because they are sadly going to be collectibles. But, I did not buy them with any kind of pride.
The only way I ever want to find Rey is in my house, naked. That's it. And again,
she's so flat, dude. Come on.
Again, it's for statistical purposes, and as soon as we're done, it's going to be the Reese Witherspoon thing. Be like, yeah, if you could just, there's the door. That would be great.
So what you're saying is we have low standards.
Should we also add Reese Witherspoon?
No, it's not low standards at all, because if it happens and I accomplish it, then I can sell that story to the Inquirer or something and make like, $50,000.
You can put it on our podcast. We'll definitely we'll have a new special segment for you about your sexual endeavors.
My night with Rey. Be like, well, she knew how to do everything right off the bat. So, I really didn't.
Why?
I didn't really have to do anything because she knew all the tricks and everything. She was just
you had to beat her first, and then she rolled her eyes, and then she knew how to do everything.
We started to get at, and I kind of like was trying to move her along. She's like, I know how to fuck, and push my hand away from her. Like, all right. The weirdest part was she didn't make any noise. She just kept bulging her eyes out and like gaping her mouth, which worked half the time.
Yeah.
You need to write this up and send it to Penthouse.
Dear Penthouse Forum,
yeah.
I never thought this would actually happen to me.
I started off at the bottom. I was born a poor black child.
The jerk, all right.
Well, that could segue us into the fact that episode 8 is apparently having the credits dedicated to Carrie Fisher. And how I personally see this as a shameless attempt to try to like flog her memory to put asses in the seats.
Well, that's because you're right.
Oh. I knew that came way too easy to me.
Yeah. Well, how many people will be at another movie and they say, hey, wait a minute, Star Wars isn't over yet, and all of a sudden there'll be people standing in the aisles just to see that?
Not me.
Because when episode 1 came out, there were people that would go find out where that trailer was playing and go to the movie, watch the trailer, and leave. So
yeah, but that trailer was awesome. And even though the movie sucked, you got to remember, Return of the Jedi was the last thing we saw.
Oh, I
so
know.
we ended on a high note, and then that, and we're like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And it wasn't.
No.
And then I think episode 8 is going to have I guess maybe 20% less box office return. It's not going to make more than The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
I saw episode 1 in theaters about 8 times.
Oh, you asshole!
Ew.
It was it was one of those, like, my friend and I went and saw it midnight when it came out, and then like later that day, some other friends were like, "Dude, don't want to go see it." I was like, "All right," because I want to hang out with people. So it just turned into somebody from school would be like, "Haven't seen it yet. You want to go?" All right, and that's how I ended up seeing it like 8 times in theaters.
How old were you when it came out?
16.
Oh, okay. I was 10. So I mean,
I have a
20.
reasonable excuse for why I went and saw it a bunch of times, because I was like, cool, Star Wars. It wasn't until I got older that I realized, wow, that movie was fucking horrible.
I hated it the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
I kept thinking to myself, there's no Han Solo. I don't like any of the characters. Obi-Wan's the only one I can get into because I know him. And I think I bought it on tape just because out of curiosity. It's like, did it really suck? It did. And then I didn't watch it again until it came out on 3D or on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it didn't get any better.
I will say, though, that you guys bringing that up was great, because you talked about how Jake Lloyd is out of prison but in a fucking nut house now. So
Yeah.
Poor kid.
that was noted on my Deadpool draft sheet for 2018. So he will be one of my dark horse picks for the Deadpool.
I'll be down for 20. I'm good for it.
You are more than willing to be a part of the Deadpool draft if you really wanted to.
I keep guessing Sean Connery, but he keeps outliving everyone. So
He's
Nice to see a Muppet.
Wait, he's still alive?
dude, only one James Bond is dead.
Roger Moore.
Roger
And
Moore.
we talked about it on our show.
Yeah, we did. I just thought Sean Connery was dead this whole time. God damn it.
He's a perennial draft pick. He does get drafted every year.
Hence the word perennial.
Yeah,
It's more than a flower.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I was, I saw that once and it's kind of like, oh, this is what Lucas is wanting to do. Okay, this is stupid. But, why are we on Tatooine again? I really think that he should have done the reverse hero journey, and Anakin should have been about the age of Luke, but like from a rich family, and a relative good guy, but had issues, and then just kind of fell from grace that way. But, doesn't matter what I think. No one buys my scripts. So
Not yet.
not
It all started to go wrong when he realized he hated sand.
Of course, it gets everywhere.
Golly. Well, to me, that was like what the prequels ended up being. Is like, this is what the first one would have been if George didn't have a good editor.
Yeah. Or
His
Gary
first
Kurtz.
his first draft of that movie wasn't that great. They edited it down. They moved things around, and you see that with the extra special versions. That I know you guys probably. The New Hope, is most likely that bastardized version. And Jeff, you were talking about too. It was, hey, what I would do is change this and this and this. It's basically take the New Hope that was released in '77 and update it. Its effects, and that's it. Not put in all that extra crap. Now I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the Jabba the Hutt scene with the original actor. That one actually works. But once they put the worm in there, it's stupid.
Yeah.
And it's not
Especially
necessary, but
especially when he
work.
calls him a wonderful human being or something like
Yeah.
that. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Have you ever read the Marvel comic adaptation where Jabba the Hutt's furry walrus man?
Oh, no.
I'll
I
send
have
you
the
a link.
comics. I have
Okay,
the- at one point, Walmart had like these 2-packs. Oh no, they re-released the original theatrical cuts with the special editions in one DVD set.
Yep.
And it came packed with a graphic novel.
Oh,
So
okay.
I got all 3 of those, and that's why I only ever watched the theatrical cuts on DVD.
Well, I mean, I have the theatrical cut on my hard drive, like my flash drive I keep with me. There are just a few I don't like the story changes. I know I said it yesterday. But there's a few effect shots at the Battle of Yavin that just ruin it for me. Like there are a couple. There's a shot where the X-wings descend, like in the middle of the fight, and it's the same shot just played twice. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
And there's some hokey things, but I mean, I can watch either cut and enjoy it. Put it like that. I hate the Jabba and the Greedo and a few other things in the special editions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll get Nick to download me super high def copies of each the original in the special edition, and I'll make my own cut, and then I'll just be really happy.
There
you go.
Yeah. Well, I have the novelization of the script, and it's interesting. Some of the dialogue, especially between Biggs and Luke, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's in the book, and then the stuff around it was cut out. And they actually had 2 runs down the trench with Vader chasing them, and so some of that things, some of the, it's like, well, what's he referring to? What do you mean this time? You haven't done it yet. So.
Oh, one other thing too about the special edition. This is the one storytelling thing they do better. The Biggs Luke scene at the hangar on Yavin isn't in the original cut,
right?
And so all of a sudden he just starts talking to Biggs up in space. He's like, "Blast it, Biggs, where are you?" and all this shit. Like, why would he call for that guy? At least with that special edition change, it does establish that they're friends. Like in the beginning of the movie, he talks about him going to the academy. The end, you get to see him, and then he dies, and there's actually emotional weight.
Right.
It's not just, oh, hey, that pilot died.
I completely agree. That
R.I.P. Biggs.
The one edit I really actually liked. It needed to be there.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the Behind the Magic stuff where it's got all the deleted scenes for Star Wars?
Yep, I have that. Oh, some of them.
I have it.
Mm-mm.
It's a different movie. Thank God it didn't get made.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it though, just once.
Dude, there's an alternate cut of Star Wars that exists. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. The original
Producer's
edit.
cut or something. Yeah,
Yep.
It's terrible. From what I hear, obviously I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I finally understood that Simpsons joke where they said that Luke's real father was Chewbacca.
I need to watch The Simpsons more. I haven't even heard that joke.
It was one of their I would say teen season episodes when they got to season 10ish to 19. It's somewhere between there. I have to track it, find out what episode that was. But Simpsons be making a lot of Star Wars references, especially in their early seasons.
Oh yeah, I remember when they met Mark Hamill at the convention, and he was shilling for Call ATT or something.
Yeah.
To be a Jedi tonight.
Wasn't Adam West at that convention too?
He was at the car convention.
Yes.
That was the Mr.
Oh.
Plow episode.
Doing the
I love that
Batusi.
Yeah, when they had the original
Yeah.
Batmobile.
Scared the hell out of Homer and the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Before he was Adam Wee.
No one messes with Adam Wee.
R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
it's-
miss you, Adam West. We miss you.
So it sounds like we all believe it's a stupid idea.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's just kind of lame. It's like, cheap trick to get a cheap trick, and I don't mean the musical group.
Well, dude, it's
Not at
always
all,
about
right.
the narrative with
Yeah.
movies nowadays. It's not about the product. It's about the story around going to see it. People
Yeah.
want to feel good by contributing to this movie.
Yeah.
It's just a faceless, soulless corporation. People you going to see this movie doesn't honor Carrie Fisher's memory.
No.
It doesn't give her kid any money. You're just being duped into paying for a product.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
You're lining the pockets of the fucking mouse. The mouse that will kill you. The mouse that was spawned of the guy that was a racist. Ha ha!
I hate Disney products.
Yeah. The more I learned about what Walt Disney really was like, the less I like of him.
I like him more. I just hate nowadays Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a clip from the Graham Norton show from 1999, and she was on there. And, even then he was like, I know you don't want to talk about Star Wars. And they did for about 5 minutes. And then it was on to her, her books and postcards from the Edge and, different stuff. So,
The Burbs.
yeah.
That's a good ass movie.
I know. I fucking
That was
love
a
that movie.
great movie.
Yeah. It's one of
I
my
met
favorites.
That kid from that movie, not Corey Feldman, the weird redheaded guy, Courtney Gaines. I met him. He was okay.
Oh, nice.
He was in Back to the Future, so
Yes, he
that's
was. And he was in the Memphis Belle.
Oh,
I've never
yeah,
heard of
that
that.
guy. Oh, yeah.
He was one of the, that actually had a relatively star-studded cast.
Yeah. Well, some of them were early in their career. Harry
Yeah,
Connick
you had-
Jr.
Harry Connick Jr.'s in it. Matthew Modine's in it. Tate Donovan's in it.
Yeah.
Sean Astin's in it. John Lithgow. David Strathairn. There's a lot of famous people in that movie. They just weren't famous at the time.
Do you guys want to hear a funny Sean Astin story?
Yes.
So I have a friend who's a makeup artist, and she told me that on one of the movies she worked on, Sean Astin kept trying to send her dick pics.
What?
Was it Rudy?
Yeah, it's Rudy. He's apparently a big perv on set. He tries to sleep with everybody. So there's a Fancast exclusive.
Dude, his dad was the same way. So
Yeah, but his dad was cool. His dad was Gomez.
He was
The original. Yep.
Mikey from the Goonies is a wimp compared to Gomez Adams.
Gomez didn't have asthma.
Gomez blew trains up for fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Gomez was the man. I love that guy.
Oh.
Oh man, as cheesy as as cheesy as it was, I still love the Adam Sandler movies.
Yep.
Like, damn, I love those movies. They're so funny all the
I
time.
think the second one's my favorite.
Yeah, I liked them. I loved Christina Ricci when I was a kid because of those movies.
Yeah.
Enjoy those movies. I remember they had a cartoon too, didn't they?
Yes. It was cringeworthy.
Yes.
I think they had multiple Addams Family, like 2 Addams Family cartoons. Wasn't there one on in the 70s and then there was one in the 90s when we were little kids?
Yeah.
All right, so I probably saw the 90s.
Yeah, because I think they had like a cartoon because the original show was only on like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And then I think they tried to bring it back as like a cartoon or something like that, and then that didn't go anywhere. And then I think they brought it back as the movies. As like they essentially did to our parents what they're doing to us now, saying, "Hey, you were kids when this stuff was out. How much fun would it be to take your kids to it and relive your childhood? Well, make it a good movie, fuckhead, not this shitty Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'll like it."
Well, don't you remember?
I also don't have kids, so that I don't
Thank
have any
God.
I know of. So
You made the right decision.
you know what? I really did, because like my friends that are all married with kids right now, they're all never able to do anything. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can buy whatever I want. It's
Get drunk whenever you want, nail anyone you want.
exactly. I am living the dream.
That's how the guys on my show are. Dion has kids. Dustin has 4 kids.
Jesus, it's those massive balls.
Yeah, it's awkward that I have a photo of him and Dion together.
Yeah.
That actually, I got my question for next week's podcast now.
I can't wait.
Question.
I always love those because when you send them to me, in my mind, I'm like answering them, and I'm thinking like, how are the other guys going to respond to this? I feel kind of bad though because all the guys haven't been there in a while, so you're getting kind of shortchanged.
It's all right. My questions aren't there because to get your perspective on movies and shit. I don't care about that. My questions are how you would torture each other. That's my entertainment.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you more off air. But when you asked about like who would we lock up with who, the answer I gave for Dustin was way different than the one I gave on air, and I'll tell you later.
Did it involve him getting a train run on him by reindeer?
It's honestly, it's the worst thing I could do to him since I know him so well. But
Awesome.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Dustin, that was one of the things we did talk about a bit in Atlanta, was the night that you went off on him.
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You know, Phil was laughing. He was just, I love that. I was just shocked. I was like, whoa, there is an angry Jeff. And it's not pretty.
And then
What
the
did
show was
Cuckin
over.
do?
Like, it's like, oh shit, Daddy just hit Mommy.
You don't know that story, Kendo?
No.
Oh, he was trying to drive. He was like getting pissed off because Dion and I both had the same opinion on something, and he's like ganging up on him, and you're his fucking lackey. He was trying to drive a wedge between us, and I just yelled at him because Dustin and I used to be best friends, and then he got married and had kids, and we didn't talk for months. So I started hanging out with Dion a lot more, and then it kind of the tides haven't changed, and I think that bothers him.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
It's called growing up, Snowflake. Get over it, Dustin.
Well, there's no hard feeling. Like honestly, after I yelled at him, we ended the show. I ended the call. I edited the episode, and then the next week we've never talked about it since. So I mean,
Actually, I think I do remember that now because that was on the. Was that on the show?
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't edit
Okay,
it out.
then-
I just thought.
All right, then I do remember that vaguely. I'll have to go back and listen to it again. That's when he was still Dustin, right? That was before he became Curtis.
I suppose. I mean, I don't know why he changed. I mean, I do know why he changed because he got a
Yeah.
job. But
Yeah, I heard that story. It was interesting.
the thing is, like, there are 60 episodes where he uses his real name. Like, I'm not going to go back and edit those and make them disappear. his face is on the T-shirt. Like he cannot deny it's him. So
I know,
don't
I have
what
that
he's trying
shirt.
to hide from.
And that is the face of the man who stares at dicks.
I should make a movie poster with his face.
Nope, just put his face on his T-shirt. Certified pecker checker.
You remember that movie?
Meat gazer.
And stare at goats. Well,
I
now
saw
you
it in theaters.
Yeah, the guy
man
who stares at dicks. Starring Dustin McNeese.
Well, I mean, he was never weird. Like when we first met him, he was like super into women, like super hetero to the point where it's like holy shit. And like he had girlfriends and stuff. And his dick got him into trouble, and then all of a sudden he's like telling us about looking at dicks and stuff, and we're just like, whoa, like what happened?
Speaking of T-shirts, I wore
Head on over to Incarnate Dash Studios and don't forget the what?
fucking
Hyphen.
hyphen. No, I was gonna say the other day when I took Doofus out to see Spider-Man, then went to Iron Maiden. I wore my hashtag Jiggity Woohoo shirt, and I had several people kind of look at it funny, and especially at the Chick-fil-A. And then I had some people ask me about it, and so I told them about World Class Bullshitters. I highly doubt they'll listen to the show because they were drunk and or stoned.
You know
Because
what?
it was a rock concert. I wasn't because I'm responsible, and I had a long drive.
Once I can afford it, I will definitely get a T-shirt and I will wear that jiggity woohoo all over the place.
Fuck yeah, dude, jiggity woohoo.
I'm trying to come up
Up the
with designs
Chick-fil-A
for yours.
story. I will somehow go one up on that Chick-fil-A.
Dude, next
Oh,
time
you will?
next time I get with a chick, I think when I finish, I'm just gonna go jiggity woohoo.
You will never get laid again.
All right.
Well,
I
it
wanna-
depends on. It could be a road trip where this chick doesn't even know who I am, and I will never have any contact with her again.
But she listens
There
to
we
the
go. I think you guys
Fancast.
are
Of course she knows who you are.
All right. So I would like to interrupt you guys just for a moment.
There's no women that listen to this.
Because we have our other extra special guest on right now.
Heath Special.
Welcome, Mr.
Vigo.
President. Vigo.
Oh, Johnny, did you back the wrong horse?
So,
I'd
Mr.
like-
President, how are you?
I'm doing great. I would just really like to thank you for having me on the show because it's like a huge honor. So
Well, wait till you go to World Class Bullshitters.
Yeah, this
it'll be
is
better.
this is nothing. This is fucking amateur hour.
Oh, 16 subs.
Pretty much
I think.
is.
All right. So, Augs for President is now online. So, we have now grown by 50% in one day.
Yeah.
What were you talking about? Were you just like getting into the show or what?
What
We were talking about bestiality again.
No,
I
you
re-
were
I-
not.
oh,
God damn it.
To be fair, I really have no idea what we were talking about. We were talking about Curtis and Dick looking, but
Yeah.
Oh,
I was telling him some behind the scenes stuff about his life, so
oh yeah,
I'll tell you more off air.
Yeah.
We're still going to get banned off YouTube one day.
Oh yeah,
Believe
because
me,
we're monetized. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have
if
enough
I can get
subscribers.
away with the
yet.
shit we talk about being monetized, I'm sure you guys will be just fine.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I know for a fact that I am not advertiser friendly. So
Yeah.
Hey.
I thought the Illuminati's still after me, so whatever.
So yeah, we're talking about movies and stuff. We're talking mostly about episode 80, and we just kind of finished up about our thoughts on Carrie Fisher being at the end of episode 8, and we're actually fixing to go talk about raunchy comedies.
Fuck yeah, dude, raunchy.
Yes. More
bunch
Police
of
Academy.
comedies.
Police Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Boobs.
Well, the first few, I get at least.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first two.
Don't watch anymore, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine. Just stop right there.
Let me see. 3 actually had a few good moments. 4 is basically where it shot at the end.
I have the first 4 on like this collection, but I've only seen the first
Yeah.
2.
5, 6, 7 do not exist.
Yeah. When they started to get too popular and they were cranking them out every year, that's when it really just went downhill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gee,
You
kind
guys
of like
remember
Star
the Police
Wars.
Academy cartoon?
Oh no.
Vaguely.
Yes, I used to
Remember
watch that all the time. It was horrible.
Oh,
I had all those toys. Those toys are like super valuable all of a sudden. Too bad I opened all mine up and enjoyed them. But
I have Steve
Hi, Tomer.
Gutenberg somewhere.
like the figure or the actual Steve Gutenberg?
So that's where he went.
I was gonna say, I was talking about the figure. No, the actual. If I really did steal the actual Steve Gutenberg, nobody would notice.
He hasn't made a
Clearly.
movie since what, 96?
No, he did sci-fi original. He did Lavalantula and Two Lava.
I said a movie. Those aren't movies, dude.
I like him.
Look, I love Sharknado. It's still not really a movie.
That's true. But the Lavalantula one, especially the second one, it's essentially a Police Academy reunion movie.
Did they get what's her face, the tall blonde?
That I don't remember. It's been a long time. I'm pretty sure Hightower's in it. But essentially the main characters are Steve Guttenberg and Michael Winslow. Is it Michael Winslow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure because those are probably like one of the few only ones that are still alive.
Yeah, like it's pretty much those two just running around fighting lava tarantulas.
Did they
It
get
sounds like
Bobcat?
shitty Tremors.
It is.
Police Academy without Tackleberry.
Did they get Bobcat Goldthwait?
I don't think he was in that.
Oh man.
But they do have a better looking Wonder Woman.
Back. And
Yes.
we full circle again.
It always comes back to Wonder Woman.
Wait, do you really think she's ugly?
No. Oh, she's gorgeous, but that's all she's
Oh.
got going for her.
That's what I said. Like, yeah, I'm with you there. Like, that's all she's got. She's really great to look at. I thought when you were talking about her body, I'm like, does he really think she's that gross?
No.
Sounds like he's talking about Kathy Bates, but, you
No,
know, I like...
She's really skinny. But Leslie Esserbrook is in that movie, so she was in Police Academy.
Yeah, she was stacked. We'll just put it like that, because Augs is here.
You can say whatever.
Yeah.
I listen-
It's after 9 p.m. He can hear the bad words.
Yeah.
Well, he knows the podcast, you know, like the back of his hand, so I'm sure he's heard us say some terrible things.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like Talkmaster.
Thanks for not judging us, Augs.
I've listened to Curtis before. I can't. This is.
He's exactly like that in real life, too. Like, he's not putting on a front for the
we're
show.
I
gonna
always
step up our
actually
game.
kind of wondered that. I thought, like, you know, I have no idea.
Well, like, he wasn't on yesterday's show, and no one knows why, and we haven't heard from him since, so... We assumed he's
Adderall
dead.
and meat gazing.
Yeah, you'll find him down at the Blue Clam, the Blue Oyster.
Yeah.
Ah, great. I got this video taken down for copyright now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nobody's listening.
Now you got enough. You stopped only after so many seconds. But what I even put it in the comments, and no, I kept waiting for you guys to bring it up. Blazing Saddles. You talk about a raunchy comedy you could not remake. You couldn't remake that in the 90s.
You can remake it, and I've told you several times how it could be remade. Cleavon Little is played by Leslie Jones, and Gene Wilder is Melissa McCarthy. That's how it gets
I think that would be
remade.
worse.
See, I don't think Blazing Saddles is all that raunchy. It's no more raunchy than Spaceballs.
Well,
Same director.
it doesn't have the nudity or anything, but the language is a lot worse than Spaceballs.
The sheriff
okay.
is near.
You know.
Don't you know this man is a knee?
He's a knee. He's a knee.
We are the knights who say knee.
Excuse me while I whip this thing out.
Oh.
Now you could leave in the "man, white people are dumb" line. I think that will still play.
Yeah. Where are all the white women at? That would work too.
Yeah.
If that movie were remade right now, it would just be nothing but white bashing it, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's popular.
Well, the way things are going now, that it would have to be a white sheriff to make any waves.
God damn it, I thought the days when Mexicans were getting bashed.
A white cisgendered male.
Oh, white?
sheriff.
A
Yeah.
white sheriff?
What are your
Hey.
pronouns? He, him. No, what are your pronouns? He, him. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but see, what I liked about that movie is it made fun of everything. You know, it
Yes.
pulled no punches.
Because people had a sense of humor back in those days.
Yes, and that's Mel Brooks. He made fun of everything in every movie he ever made,
Yeah.
But he was never mean
No punches.
as was best.
especially Jews. He made fun of the Jews a lot.
And that's
'Cause
why
he-
we love Mel Brooks.
He was one, is one. He's still alive.
Yes, he's very much still alive.
He's
That
probably
is-
he's probably on somebody's Deadpool roster. He's also a perennial pick every year.
Dude, I'm calling it now. Stan Lee will be dead within 1 year's time.
That's
don't
somebody
say
else
that.
that's a perennial pick as well.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And
Yeah, she got some good perennial picks.
Well, the thing is, his wife just died, and normally when people that have been married a long time lose a spouse, they go
They
pretty
go.
soon after. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I know. I've seen
So-
it happen way too many times already. Like,
Thankfully, that wasn't the case with my grandma, because my grandpa died before I was born, so, and she's still alive.
That's one tough lady.
Dude, she beat cancer 3 times. I shit you not. That's why I had to house sit her, because she was just getting out of the hospital.
What the hell? Did she like ankle lock cancer or something?
Yeah.
No, she's just a huge Batman fan. Remember?
One tough woman.
She is. She had 7 kids.
Oof. I don't even want one.
So, Spider-Man month.
Yeah.
Yay!
I love it so far.
I
Damn it,
saw
I'm holding my
Homecoming.
hands up someone's neck already.
I saw Homecoming 4 times, so I am so ready to talk about this.
I've seen it
Because
once.
I'm going to ask you some
I've seen
questions
it
about
once.
that so I can prove a point.
Well, let's jump into that. Why don't we?
All right.
Quick question. How nerdy do you want me to get with this? Like,
All the go.
Dude, get as
Well,
dirty as you
let's
want,
see.
man. That's what the show's all about.
Nerdy. Not nerdy.
Oh.
hey, before you get into this, I'll tell you, I've been working on the same video for 4 days, so I hope it gets a lot of views, because it's really, really...
Ring rust?
No, yeah, fuck Ring Rust. That'll happen eventually. No, Ring Rust is fine. I like it, but I've been working on this Spider-Man month video called 5 Things Everyone Gets Wrong About Spider-Man, and that's...
Oh, nice.
Oh, please do, Jeff, because I actually wanted to tell you guys a funny story of what happened on the train yesterday, and I may go into this a little bit in this episode. I'm not going to go into too much, but we were talking, me and my nephew were talking because we saw the recent bastardized trailer of the Death Notes for Netflix, and I was making a point about how you can't just deviate too much from source material, and you have to remain faithful. Is one of the reasons, to some extent. It's one of the reasons why I'm enjoying the Raimi films, the Spider-Man films. So some guy on the train, some hipster guy, obviously, and this is New York City, so that's pretty much every guy here, then interrupts me in my conversation with my nephew, and we have a little bit of a debate, like going back and forth. He says he felt the Raimi trilogy was overrated, dated, whatever. It really wasn't an issue until all of a sudden now he wants to push the Ultimates onto me. And I never liked the Ultimate comics. I never really enjoyed them, not even when they made Punisher join the Avengers, and I like Punisher. So I told him, well, I just don't like the characters. I really don't like the Ultimates. And then he says possibly the one thing that you should never say to kill your own argument, your own point. And he says, well, you're not supposed to like the characters. And immediately, me and my nephew, like, we just look at each other, and I look at him, and I'm like, hold it. Why would I want to read anything where I'm not supposed to like the characters? The whole purpose of me reading anything or any story, like whether it be for some fucking weeboo shit from the parents.
Back to that again. Awesome.
Hey man, there's a reason why I'm really pissed off about the Death Note thing, and I will get into it a little bit. And believe me, it's not just because of the whole past weeboo love for it. It's because this is definitely one of those moments where Netflix is doing the whole diversity thing for diversity's sake, and believe me, it pissed me off.
And not enough hentai.
No, not enough tentacles. Ah, great, we got us kicked off again. I hate my past. Anyway.
No, that guy, honestly, if I was on the train with you guys, I would have just told that hipster to shut up. Because I like to think of it like this. When people say, oh, the Ultimate Comics, it's basically a phrase to say, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I watched the cartoon once or twice, so I'm just going to say what I know, and what you know is wrong. It's like, look, the Raimi ones were based off, like, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Fantasy 15 through, like, Spider-Man number 50. And most people haven't read Spider-Man 2 through Spider-Man 50, so they don't know the stories. And that's one of the points I make in the top 5 things everyone gets wrong. Like, those movies are incredibly faithful to the comics, almost to a fault.
Yeah, they are. If anything, and again, I'm also going to touch upon this a little bit because of the whole why was Uncle Ben snubbed from Homecoming? And I'm pretty sure I think it was deliberate. It wasn't like, oh, Sony got lazy or Marvel just said something along the lines. No, I think there was more of an agenda to it.
Oh, everything about
the guy
Spider-Man.
that makes the rice.
They had a perfect chance to mention Uncle Ben whenever he was telling Ned, like, to not
exactly
talk or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
It goes,
Don't even get me started
what
on
she's
Ned.
all been
They
through.
glossed over
exactly.
You say the name
In fact-
because Uncle died, or like just something.
No, they deliberately glossed over it.
I would
Exactly.
have loved to see him at the scene where he's lifting up the rubble. Instead of
Yep.
just him looking at the mirror, he could have like had a flashback or something. That would have been cool.
Or just hear the words, "With great power comes great responsibility." Just
that would
enough.
have been amazing.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Augs. Thank you.
The most famous line of the freaking time.
That would have been would have been the best time to have him like think about Uncle Ben.
I was
Hell,
expecting
if you had used that one line, the whole movie would have been much better because it actually would have fit perfectly into the theme of the movie.
Yep.
Like,
it would have tied a lot.
it would have.
What- I wonder if that was because Sony wouldn't allow to use those parts of Spider-Man
Well, actually, you know,
in their movie.
I think I'm gonna just go into the conspiracy theory now. And Reality Frank says, "You've seen it 4 times. Please correct me if I'm wrong about anything."
Yes,
Because-
I'll try.
You know, because this is basically, I'm basically asking to get proved wrong, but whatever, I don't care. So my conspiracy theory, right? And why I mean, I'm not gonna talk about the whole MJ thing. I'm just gonna stick to Aunt May and Uncle Ben here. And you know, as much as as much as we all may like Marissa Tomei and the idea of
Very smashable. I've got that in my notes.
yeah, that is fine. You know what?
Of
It's not
course.
necessarily a bad thing, but one of the things that I did remember watching about the first 2 original films was, you know, how Aunt May really was exactly how I would picture Aunt May to look like. And one of the things that was also kind of established in the first 2 films, in the original 2, I'm talking about the Raimi trilogy.
Yes.
The good ones.
Yeah, the good films. It sucks because it's like the whole Ghostbusters thing. Like, I have to now distinguish which Ghostbusters
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, from now on, I will refer to Spider-Man as the Raimi trilogy and Homecoming as Sony's recent attempt at whatever it is they want to do or control us. So,
Okay. Yep.
basically, in the Spider-Man films, I remember Uncle Ben was more than just the father figure. He was also kind of the head of the household. You know, he took care of the family, and you know, not just Aunt May and himself, but also Peter. And Peter was growing up into an adult. You know, that's kind of a bit of a strain on someone who's already elderly. You know, who has to be the breadwinner and everything of the house.
Yeah.
And you know, me myself, I've known friends who've grown up without their parents, have grown up with their grandparents, and their grandparents. You could just see, you know, it takes a lot of work and effort for them to grow up, and not just even go to work to provide for them, but just to, you know, do all the basic stuff, like give them just basic things like advice in life. Like, for example, like with the whole scene with the whole homecoming dance in Homecoming. Who was the one teaching Peter all these things that he needed to know for homecoming?
Okay.
On May. And while it makes sense in a sort of like timeline sort of a sense, you would think that would be something that Peter would be, even that would be like an appropriate opportunity to put something in there about, oh, your Uncle Ben would have wanted to see this moment or something like that. But
Yeah.
That would have been perfect, I think.
Yeah.
I think it needed that kind of strength. It needed
You
that.
never even saw a picture of the guy in the house.
Exactly. And here's the other thing I wanted to say. For a single woman, is it me, or did Aunt May really have a well-off life in that apartment? I know it's Queens, and Queens is fucking diversity as fuck. As in New York, I could tell you I fucking hate Queens. But living in New York City ain't exactly cheap. And for a single person, much less sending to your kid to or your adopted kid to one of those very fancy high schools, because this is, again, most public high schools here in New York City are absolute garbage and shit. That high school was just way, way too nice. And having a nephew who goes to one of these nice, prestigious high schools, I can tell you it's very costly, very demanding and everything. But tell me not that Aunt May looked like she was doing really well off in that movie.
Don't out to eat.
Okay, first of all, in Civil War, when Tony is first sitting down talking with Peter,
Yeah.
he asks, "When did you get these abilities?" Peter says, "Just a few months ago." So
Okay.
Uncle Ben hasn't been dead that long. Like,
Yeah.
this recently happened. So I'm sure his life insurance kicked in, which is why they're able to get by. But again,
I mean, that might be a good point. But without
hasn't
them
been that
actually admitting this, it's
Uh-huh.
kind of almost, this is where my point comes into this now.
Yeah.
It's like they could have said something along those lines, because again, it's almost as if they went out of the way to make sure we did not question where's Uncle Ben in all this, because Uncle Ben, regardless, is really integral to the point of Spider-Man. to the whole creation of the character, the whole why Peter even does what he does.
Uh-huh.
If
Even
Spider-Man 3 can have a picture of Uncle Ben, Peter, and Aunt May from the first movie, I don't see the excuse as to why you're going to do a third reboot. You still, even though you don't have to, show them get shot and all that, that's beating a dead horse, at least have some kind of reminder, because you still have to kind of show that's part of his character.
And we have to see Batman lose his parents in every movie, so why not Uncle
Yeah.
Ben one more
Lifted up
time?
by bats right after.
But yeah,
Could it?
That's in fact the origin of the whole thing. Like you gotta pay lip service to it at least.
Yeah, but
Can't
that
just
goes back to what I kind of jokingly said earlier. It's like, for whatever reason, Sony would give Marvel permission to have Uncle Ben in their Spider-Man movies. They're reserving Uncle Ben for the Sony Spider-Man.
Here's a thought. Could it be that the reason why they don't bring up Uncle Ben is because they want to show Aunt May looking like a strong, independent mother?
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I thought Liquid Metal
Superman.
Pro was saying.
I think it was a deliberate choice to just go hey everyone, don't remember what happened just recently. This is new Spider-Man. Just fuck that shit. We're here with new Spider-Man. This is all you need. I think they're just going out of their way to make it so different that people don't compare it
Guys,
like they did with
the
Amazing.
crazy thing just happened. Right as I basically told Kendo, that's the point I was trying to get at. My signal just went crazy. I know it's the Illuminati. I know they're onto me. But that's basically it, though. In all seriousness, that's the thing. And then this whole time I was thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a second. They're trying to show Aunt May as a strong, independent woman. Like, she doesn't need a male figure to take care of Peter.
Yeah, doesn't even miss the guy.
Right.
Despite the fact that even in the comics at one point, she does end up dating again.
Yeah, Dr.
She just
Octopus.
gets lonely.
Yeah.
Dude, she gets remarried. She marries J.
Yeah.
Jonah Jameson's dad. And she's rich, and then he dies, and she inherits all his money. So now in the comic books, Aunt May's rich, Peter Parker's rich, everyone's rich.
We're rich,
Hey.
bitch.
We're not. That sucks, but Spider-Man is, which ruins his fucking character. He's supposed to be poor.
Yeah. But again, it's that whole Sony and the feminist agenda thing. Like the whole, we don't need a strong man. We don't need a parental figure to tell us to tell a superhero how to be. We just need a strong, independent female to take care of him. And she did a great job because look, he's now Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I don't think that really factors into it, because if they were like that, then they would have made Michael Keaton look like an inept douchebag. If anything, they made him look intimidating and effective.
Oh no, definitely. That was definitely one of the things I enjoyed about that movie.
How would
Definitely.
Vulture rank as
He does not
MCU
disappoint.
villains?
What was that, Augs?
How would you rank Vulture and all the MCU villains?
Oh, good question.
Not better than Loki, but I actually like Obadiah Stane a lot from the first Iron Man.
He was really
Yeah.
good.
It
Almost
would be
forgot him.
quotable.
Yeah.
I don't own all the MCU movies, so
This guy from Civil War, damn it, his,
Zemo?
Good. He was human.
Oh, Zemo.
I think that was
Yeah, Helmet Zemo, he was awesome.
talk about pulling off a plan that nobody else really could pull off.
Yeah, and like,
Now, doesn't it feel like the effects of Civil War aren't really being felt outside of the Sokovia Accords and Homecoming?
yeah,
Like, no
everybody
one's-
seems like all chummy again. I mean,
Yeah, this
they
timeline's
joke,
kind of messed up.
yeah, they joke about Cap being a war criminal, but Tony speaks about it. It's very, there's no anger in his voice when he talks about Cap now. In fact, he kind of compliments him to Peter. It's like, if Cap wanted to take you down, he could have. Like, there's no question of that. There's still respect there. So they have somewhat healed that breach. It's going to take time.
I need to just see Infinity War and get it over with. Like, I'm tired of waiting. I don't care about Black Panther.
Yeah, this has been dragging too long.
Yeah. Has anybody
That
did
fatigue is kicking
seen
in.
Entertainment Weekly? Black Panther's on the cover.
Uh,
Yeah.
And
That movie's-
what's your
Oh,
point?
I know what I'm using to burn my fire tonight.
Don't give
Is
him
it
the
ju-
$3 first.
All right, I have to
Yeah,
go
just
find
steal
it. Yeah, my daughter gets it. She traded her airline miles for it or something. But it's talking about. I mean, it's when you read the cover, it's like Black Panther is the most important figure, cartoon character or comic book character ever.
No.
It's kinda- it's- And I'm like, I've never heard him until the
Before
Civil War.
Civil War, I never heard of him, and I'm not.
He was a Fantastic Four
But-
character first. Like, he pops up in an issue of the Fantastic Four as a one-off, and then he slowly becomes an Avenger, and then he gets his own title, and then they stop making his book because he's not that successful. Like Iron Fist. They don't sit and tell you Iron Fist is the most important character in the MCU because he's a white dude that does Kung Fu. But because the Black Panther's a black man from Africa, oh, he's so important and integral to the... No, he's not. Like, they got money, they have the technology, he just is there to fight. If you want the perfect representation of the Black Panther, watch Avengers Assembled, that cartoon from like 5 years ago. That's how the Black Panther operated before the movie.
No,
and that's how it should be.
Do you mean Avengers Assembled or Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes? Because that's
Earth's
the one
Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, I
That's
love
the one I
that
meant.
series. Yeah,
That was a good show. I'd buy that on Blu-ray.
yeah, but
They
Black
canceled it in
Panther,
2 seasons.
you can't call Black Panther the most important character because he really isn't. I mean, like Jeff said, he's mostly just kind of there to help out once in a while. He is the king of a foreign nation. His greatest priorities are elsewhere.
Dude, if I can go a step further with that. Remember how I always keep bringing up how I felt like Wonder Woman really wasn't this big event, despite the fact of how internationally well known she is, and I even brought about how Linda Carter's Wonder Woman was even viewed in Latin America. Like, Black Panther is almost like non-existent in Latin America. As far as I'm aware, nobody's ever mentioned who he is or known who he was, like where he came from, and if they ever seen him, they draw blanks. If anything, the Pink Panther is much more.
Well, yeah, everybody's got the insulation in their exposed walls. I'm sorry, that was mean. Oh, I'm not sorry.
Hey,
Fuck
hey,
it.
Brian, have you seen...
I gotta get my drywall insulation meal on. So let me enjoy chewing on the drywall for a few minutes.
What is it, Jim?
Brian, have
Yeah.
you been to the West Side where they put the Pink Panther as the spokesperson for the medical supply store?
What?
I
Yeah.
think I've seen that. Yeah.
By my house, there's a medical supply store, and they use Pink Panther stuffed animals to display the stuff. So in the window, there's a Pink Panther on a walker, Pink Panther on an assisted toilet seat, Pink Panther like a
Awesome.
bath. I'll take
That
a picture and
actually
post it
sounds
on
cool.
Facebook.
That's
It's
great.
really depressing.
That's awesome.
And they throw them out every time they get sun bleached. They like throw them out and bring out new ones. But they've been doing it for like 30 years.
Hmm.
No, but
That's
Liquid Metal Pro,
really
you
awesome.
talked about Latin America, dude. In North America, the Black Panther was never mentioned, and I loved comic books as a kid. He would pop up in like Civil War. He would pop up in like they did a motion comic a couple years back. He's like a tertiary Marvel character. Back in the day, when I was growing up, at least, it was always Spider-Man was the number one guy. Then it was the X-Men, and then it was like Hulk, maybe Captain America and Iron Man, and then you get further down the totem, the Fantastic Four, and then Black Panther. We're talking Black Panther was less well known than Jubilee, Gambit, Deadpool, all those characters. Like, Black Panther is really not in the pantheon of Marvel's greatest characters, popularity-wise.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even remember watching anything with. I used to watch a lot of the Marvel cartoons and anything related to Marvel as a kid, and I don't even remember like
He wasn't
Black Panther. None, right? Like, I don't think, like, not even lip service or anything.
No, because they don't talk about Wakanda. It's not like we were talking about a minute ago. How about the worldwide audience? 20 years ago when they're making these shows, or closer to 30 now, like, no one gave a shit about the worldwide audience. It was what was acceptable for American kids, and they would censor it accordingly to the territories.
Mhm.
And they would just only adapt the most popular things because no one cared about the third, C-level characters. It was always Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Yep.
For 15 years straight. There were so many Spider-Man. There's like 9 Spider-Man shows. I think Spider-Man has more cartoons than any character. Even Batman.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty sure, like, most people, like, if you were to put like any random person in a Spider-Man costume, regardless of body type or anything, people will recognize still who he is. Whereas if you put somebody in a Black Panther costume, I'm not talking about now that he got the exposure through the movies, but like, just run back the clock maybe a couple years ago. People, even people in kids, be like, "Oh, hey, who the fuck are you?"
Hey, it's Catwoman.
Especially if he was skinny, right?
Why are you kind of bulgy down there, lady?
It is Halle Berry.
Are you doing like a Rule 63 cosplay? What are you doing?
Trapped, man. It's a trap. And traps are gay.
I think your tail fell off.
Yeah, but Black Panther, I mean, he's an okay character. And I thought he was great in Civil War. Chadwick Boseman was great. But this movie just looks like it's... Like, why does it have a hip-hop score? Like, you'd like to call the audience racist for not getting excited for the movie, but you put rap music over an African thing. Hip-hop's an American art form, not African. Like, African-American people are people that come from Africa and then become naturalized citizens. Black people in America aren't... It's just dumb. They're mixing the culture too much. Like, we have to have a black guy direct this movie. Well, that black guy's never been a king, so how can he understand what it's like to be the monarch of a fictional African country? But he's black. It's okay.
Hey, they was Kangs and shit, man.
Did you say?
All right,
You guys
I guess
never seen those on online? Those We Was Kang videos?
Like, are you talking about Ninja Turtles?
No. I mean,
That's
like,
Krang.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
research We Was Kangs on YouTube. I'll recommend the Medicare videos because he is hilarious, and he does and the comment section is like absolute cancer, but that's why it's great. Oh my god! Just YouTube We Was Kangs We Was Kangs and shit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Why this shit is hilarious.
Wait, are they going back through? Why is Thomas Jefferson black?
Yes,
I googled this. There's a black Thomas Jefferson.
Yes,
That doesn't seem to be historically accurate.
Not at all.
Does he own white slaves?
Does he bang the white slaves too? Because we all know TJ. He liked to dabble a bit.
Yeah.
Well, since we're diving headfirst into racism, Homecoming.
Hey, I'm Mexican, so you guys are perfectly safe. Well, no, not really, but I'm brown, so that counts.
This is where I sound like the asshole racist. There are exactly 7 white characters in this movie who have any kind of...
Count it?
Yes.
When you see it 4 times, I guess it just happens.
Yeah.
There's Peter, Tony, Happy, Aunt May, Vulture, Matt Gargan, and the first Shocker who was killed and replaced by the new Black Shocker.
You know, I was okay with the Shocker dying until I realized how much I liked the first Shocker first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's always freaked out the first time they get the Shocker, though. It's like an out of nowhere thing. It's just like, whoa, oh.
Don't fight it.
know.
It'll get easier.
Sometimes you're cool with it. I'll tell you that story off air, Kendo.
Awesome. Yeah. Back to the check. When I left the movie, I dropped Doofus off at my mom's, and then I was driving to meet up with my buddy to go to the concert, and I pulled out my little voice recorder app on my phone and read off or spoke my thoughts to my phone, so that way I could come back and write them down later, because I didn't want to I wanted to do it right then and there. I had a really hard time listing the positives because I wanted to do the positives first, and because overall I look at the movie at a 6.5 out of 10. That's
I
think that's accurate. I mean 6.5, 7-ish. Depends on where your heart is with this one.
Under the positives, I've got Michael Keaton as Vulture was a good villain, good choice. I'm very interested to see what's going to develop out of the end credits scene where he meets dude in prison, and they have a little chat. I wrote that Aunt May, young, not old, and smashable is a sort of positive. I liked how the story moved and didn't really drag. I found the Captain America videos funny. I don't know. They thought of in a high school and you're having to watch those stupid little video things that they'd always get some person you never heard of. You're sitting here in high school and Captain America's giving you a video in detention about you shouldn't screw up.
That is such a 1950s thing. Why is that in this movie?
I don't know, but I enjoyed
maybe to insult our intelligence. I have no idea.
I laughed at
Captain
it.
America would take time out of his busy routine of beating the crap out of bad guys to record a bunch of video pep talks for schools.
Well, dude, if the check doesn't bounce, he'll do it.
Those tights don't come cheap.
That check clears, he's gonna do it, man.
Well, it was either him or the Human Torch. So
Yeah.
Had to
And-
be one of the two.
Tony Stark and Happy Hogan, I enjoyed the interactions that they had in the movie with the
Yep,
characters and stuff. I mean, that to me, like, that was like one of the highlights. Was just every time like Tony or Happy was talking to Peter, just the way they were interacting.
I never want to hear you say
I agree.
Tony was talking to Peter again.
You know what I meant? Penis Peter.
God,
That's where we transition to the negatives.
Go ahead, tear this one a new one.
Ned. Fucking annoying as hell. I hated Ned. He's just, to me, he was an Asian Jonah Hill. That's all it was. And I
Wait,
fucking
he's
don't like
Asian?
Jonah.
You don't like
What?
Jonah Hill?
I don't fucking like Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's the same. He does the same thing in every movie.
Then just watch one. Just watch 21 Jump Street. Maybe.
That's what I was
There
about
you
to
go.
say. I was about to say the only movie I've ever watched where I was like, all right, Jonah Hill's cool. I'm okay with him. Was 21 Jump Street. I haven't seen 22 Jump Street.
Have you seen Superbad?
Yeah, and when I saw it when I saw it in theaters when it came out, I liked it. I didn't
here.
really, but that's because it's like the first time I ever saw Michael Cera and Jonah Hill. I didn't realize they were going to be playing the same role for the next 20 years. That movie's
Michael
not.
Cera is unbearable.
I can't
I
fucking
just
see.
realized Michael Cera
That's-
actually did movies.
No, I've seen Sausage Party. Never mind.
But that the first time I saw Superbad, it's the first time I ever saw Jonah Hill and Michael Cera. So I didn't realize that at the time. I'm like, that's pretty funny. I didn't realize that 11 years on, I'd be like seeing them doing the same things over and over and be like, I don't fucking like you guys.
Hey, I have to thank Jonah Hill. After we were watching. Well, we weren't dating or anything, but me and a friend of mine, we were watching Superbad, and when that was over, you got me laid, Jonah Hill.
And then they went to White Castle.
And
Oh no, she didn't. This is not the White Castle chick, but
Oh.
yeah, man.
Any-
I don't know where am
Any
I gonna
chick
find.
can be a White Castle chick.
Tell
We
me
didn't have
about
White
your
Castle
sex
ready,
life.
Yeah. So how's your sex life?
I can say that again.
but-
What a story, Mark.
the fact
God, I
that you
love
still
that.
have that icon up kills me.
But no, I fucking hated Ned. I just really hated Ned. I didn't see
I've-
anything, nothing in the movie that he ever was any part of that I like. Was like,
He was just
okay,
I've figured
Oh,
out
and
why Ned is in the movie.
a pain in the ass. That's what
No.
he is.
Ned is there because everybody loves Scott's Latino buddy in Ant-Man. So
Talking
they
about me,
wanted
right?
that in this movie.
he was.
Talk about me, right?
Yeah.
Michael Pena's amazing. This kid
Yeah.
was not.
Yeah, this
Mike
kid's.
Pena's
he
awesome.
was-
The man
He
could
was
definitely
trying Michael
get
Pena.
going. Like just crazy.
Well, to be fair, in Ultimate Spider-Man, the new version, Miles Morales has a fat Asian friend who knows his secret identity. It's like literally ripped from the pages of that book.
Wait,
Oh.
so is
Yeah.
Ned not Asian? Is he? Did I get him wrong?
No, Ned's Asian. He's
Okay.
Asian in the comic and in the movie.
I'm just making sure.
I thought he was Samoan or something.
No, Nick is Samoan.
Yeah.
I was just saying that he
the
was too
last
proud
one.
to be Asian.
Actually, that's a good question. If Nick and Roman Reigns got into a fight, who would be the last standing Samoan? Because we know Roman Reigns is not going down.
Nick would eat him.
We would have to introduce Samoa Joe at some point.
And then The Rock rolls in, so it would just get really muddy.
That's
And
it's,
then Rikishi runs them all over.
it's a Samoan overload.
Yep. There can be only one final
Some-
showdown.
Samoa load.
So
I hate to
Rikishi runs them
turn my
over.
back on Nick, but I'm going with The Rock on this one.
Yeah, I like Nick too, but I'm pretty sure he's outgunned in that fight.
Yeah.
Are there any other famous Samoans we can think of?
The Wild Samoans, the Head Shrinkers, the
Was it-
Usos.
A lot of football players.
Yeah.
That Palomalu guy, that's a Samoan name. Well, no, he might not be Samoan.
He was Hawaiian, but probably.
the last
We only think
Samoan
of football
census.
players and wrestlers.
Hey, they're
Is
good
that-
athletes.
Yeah.
Is that all they aspire to, wrestling and football?
They're fucking big, bulky dudes. You stick
Well,
them in an NFL line, or you teach them how to Superman punch somebody.
If I liked sports,
Damn it.
that could have been me, but
Well, that's just nature. Samoans going to
Dad,
sports.
I want to be a Broadway star or something, Dad.
I would tell my son, you do what you want.
I want to sing in Venom the Musical.
And what the musical?
Venom
He
the
said
Musical.
Venom.
Yeah. That was last
Really?
week's topic.
I thought you said Bendham the musical. I'm like, like Beckham? Are you combining the title to one word? Bendham.
He knows it was on last week's episode. He listens. He's a
we know
fan.
out now.
Yeah, I wanted to. I was laughing at fast food stuff because I feel bad for you, Kendo. You live in the middle of nowhere.
I do. I fucking hate it. I got to get home.
Everywhere you mentioned is within 5 miles of my house.
Yeah. No, I got to get home.
Oh my god.
The only thing I don't have close to me is a Jack in the Box.
I don't have one close to me either. When I used to live at, there was a Jack in the Box close by.
It's not that good, but it's not that bad.
When you're drinking, the idea of just crushing a bunch of those Jack tacos,
Don't even talk to me about drinking and getting hungry. I once went to the store because I knew I was going to be drinking, and I bought a couple boxes of toaster scramblers, those like breakfast pastry things,
Nice.
and I made cookie sheets full of them, and I ate like 20 of them. It was a dream of mine. Like, there were certain things I'm like, I've always wanted to eat a bunch of these at once, and I did, and it was good. Kind of, I don't know. If we ever meet, we'll get.
Oh, definitely.
God damn it, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry too, and I'm gonna just go ahead and transition back since we mentioned Venom. Flash Thompson.
Fuck him. He was terrible.
Fuck that guy.
I fucking
Hindu cuck.
I hated him. I wrote down cuck, beta boy, total douche, friend zoned by chicks. That's why he has to make Peter look bad.
Dude, what killed me more about his... Wait a second. I saw a picture of like the cast lined up, and I could have sworn I saw that Tom Holland was taller than this jackass.
Yeah.
He is, and that's what pissed me off, because Flash Thompson's supposed to be this big, hulking bully guy.
Yeah, wasn't
Not
there
some
idiot,
little
like,
fucking cucky dork.
He has
Wasn't there
nothing.
in the comments of the like I know it was I think it was the one where Dion it was 79.5, somebody said something about how Flash Thompson doesn't need to be this hulking guy and that appearances aren't everything, and I was like, but Flash Thompson's supposed to be this big, tall, intimidating
That's
guy.
his character. That's
Yeah, that's what he is. He's Peter's this little scrawny kid, and Flash Thompson's this fucking big,
nothing
huge,
about-
rocked out athlete boy.
Yeah. Now he's just trying to be
Now he-
smarter than Peter.
Now he's a beta boy that is friend zoned by the chicks, and he has to call him Penis Peter and act like he's way cooler than Peter because he can't get any play from the chick because he's a fucking little beta boy cuck. Damn it! Now I'm
Jesus.
getting angry. Now I'm getting angry.
Cal Penn,
Are you fucking
Cal
happy?
Penn, listen
Yes.
to this. Cal Penn in Superman Returns looked like more of a menacing threat than that fuck.
Yeah, and Kal Penn was also in the White Castle movie, so now we've circled back to that. Fuck.
Oh, dude, have you had the bacon jam sliders?
No.
Oh.
Well, it just so happens my White Castle is open 24 hours, so I might actually take a little trip, Kendall.
I hate
So
you.
is mine. I'll mail you a crave case of empty cases.
Dude, I could drive an hour and get White Castle if I was really that desperate for it, and I've eaten a crave case before.
Oh,
Me-
you're missing,
walk 7 minutes away
you're
to
missing
one.
a Hindu guy and an Asian.
I can do without. I don't need to check off diversity boxes in my life.
Well,
I don't force diversity in my life. If it just naturally happens, then it works.
Well, I do. Apparently, I piss everybody off, so I have to start checking off these boxes again.
Yeah.
Well, that's how our podcast is. Like, we are very against forced diversity, but there's only one white dude on the show, so there's half of me, so we'll count that too.
1.5.
Well, I always made the joke, like, there was one black dude that went to my high school. Half of me and half of another dude, and that was because I went to a private all-boys school. Oh, I went to Elder, so Brian, you know what that means.
Yep.
But I went to just a private all-boys school, so it was different. My high school experience is nothing like any of these movies,
Yeah.
especially not this movie.
Yeah, it wasn't like that either.
I have a question, Jeff.
Yo,
Like, what would ever happen if, like, let's just say theoretically, one day, both halves of you separate from one body? Like, would they get along somehow? Would they fight each other? How would that work?
it would kind of be like Superman 3, where my dark half is really shitty, and my light half is really nerdy, and eventually they'll get back together because they realize that no one likes them separated.
Oh my
Be
god!
calm.
So, like, it's gonna be like a fusion dance or something going on.
Yeah, he'll be like Kami. Yeah, he'll just gonna be like Kami and Piccolo.
I understood that reference.
Fuck! Where's a White Castle when I need one?
So, tell me about it.
I also hated Zendaya.
Yes.
Ugly.
I did, and here's the
They're
thing:
annoying.
leading up to this movie, I hear about Zendaya, and my whole thing was, "What the fuck is a Zendaya?"
Is
I'll
that
be
a new
honest
soda?
with you.
I'm like, is that like a character? Is that like a new character that they're adding that I've never heard of? I don't fucking know. And it wasn't until and the thing is, like going through the movie, I didn't even know that's who she was because I have no familiarity with the person, and I just didn't care about her in all movies. She was just like some SJW crusader, and then at the end, she's like, "I'm MJ." It's like, oh fuck you.
You know what? I did bring that up, Kendo. That's pretty much how I felt that entire movie. I'm like, all right, what the fuck's this Zendaya? Who the hell is that bitch? And I kept thinking Zendaya was actually the Zoe Saldana lookalike, light that we had. That was Liz Allen. I kept thinking that was Zendaya the whole time because I'm like, oh, because they made such a big deal about Zendaya appearing in this movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first too.
Zendaya's character, and the movie would have been the same. It would have been better, honestly. Like,
And I was like, yeah, and I was like, all right, well, she isn't ugly per se, but
no, she was ugly.
I
Yeah,
mean-
she's not attractive.
Well, listen, here in the ghetto,
And, like,
She's over 18. We can talk about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, here in the ghetto, we don't have standards, so
And that's why there's so many of you running around.
It's only
You know
funny
what's the
because it's
sad part. You know what's the sad part, Kendall, about that?
It's
That this
true.
is pretty much what I tell people. I am if there's no group of people that I ever pick more on, it's my own people because, my God, it's one of those things that I would have to explain, and even if I were to explain it, you would never be able to fathom it because it's just so asininely retarded, and like who needs that many fucking kids?
That's what I ask Dustin every time I see him, but he doesn't believe in condoms, so.
I thought he only banged in the butt.
No, he only takes it in the butt.
Oh.
Bangs his wife.
Ah, okay. See, now that
Anymore. I
there
can't.
we go.
I'm done.
I feel bad. He's an easy target.
But seriously though, I honestly thought Zendaya was Liz Allen that whole movie, and until the end, until even after the movie, when I was like, all right, well, let me read up a little bit more about this because there were some things I still was questioning, and then I was like, wait, that racist bitch was the Zendaya? I was like, holy
The Zendaya.
Yeah, she's,
The Rock. The Zendaya.
I was like, God damn it, what is it with these weird names and it's gotta
Yeah.
always look like the obvious people. I was like,
and just despite the name, she is not Mary Jane. She is like the conglomeration of Daria and Jane.
Except less interesting.
Yeah.
wait, you said
Okay,
Daria?
sorry.
You've never seen Daria?
God, I want to strangle Daria.
I love that show.
The show was the best. I bought that on DVD as soon as it got released.
Same
Never
here.
really liked it. I don't know why. Just
That was the show of my high school years. Okay, I grew up.
no. You can find your
my high
welcome to
school was
enjoy
her
it.
high
I just
school.
wanted to strangle Daria.
So, yeah.
That's all I wanted to do.
I was in
Like-
third grade when that came out.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What?
The-
Daria
the-
from Beavis and Butthead, the spinoff?
Oh,
ran for 5 seasons, 2 movies.
I mean, I understand once the Love Boat went off the air, you were out.
yeah.
But they did continue to make those, shows on the picture box.
Pictures.
Yeah. Well, actually, if Dukes of Hazzard went off the air, I quit watching it.
You like the Dukes of Hazzard?
Well, when I was 10 years old back in the 70s.
Oh, come on! That show was on in the 80s. That show was on, I think, when did it start? 79?
Yeah.
You had access to Star Wars. Come on,
Yeah.
man. What's your excuse? You're too smart for the Dukes of
Uh-huh.
Hazzard.
Well, I guess I was
I
10
can
or,
laugh at
10 or
you.
11. But hey, I like the A-Team as well. So,
Well, that's different. The A-Team was cool, man.
yeah.
Yeah, they just around blowing
nice.
shit up.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I had a Mr. T doll.
Did you
Now-
eat the cereal?
What?
I don't think I ever had the cereal, but
When I was a kid, I had a fucking General Lee car.
I had a DeLorean from Back to the Future. That was my favorite toy car.
There you go. You win.
There's a surprise.
I have way too many
Batmobile.
of those. I like this. I have the Batman Forever Batmobile. That was mine. I still have that. It's right here on my shelf.
I've got the Michael Keaton Batmobile somewhere. Little Hot Wheel car.
Well, if I
Okay.
eventually do shit from the shelf, you can see like the myriad of toys I own and how it's kind of sad but still kind of cool.
I had one of those 3D metal model kits of the Michael Keaton Batmobile, but it was like some kind of cheap brand, so it kept breaking before I finished putting it together. I was so pissed.
God, that was such a cool car.
It was the best car.
Since unfortunately here in Mexico we didn't have access to all these cool toys, I had to settle for the McDonald's stuff, which was still pretty fun, like the Batmobile, and even I remember when they did the Inspector Gadget cartoon toys. I remember they had one of the car itself.
Yep.
You know why some of that stuff was like that in Mexico, right? Because they have weird laws that they have to produce the toys there. So, like Star Wars, there's a whole line of Star Wars toys that are exactly the same as the American ones, but they're produced in Mexico by a company called Lil Letty, and that's just like a weird, like trade policy thing they have. So that's probably why a lot of these toys were never, available to people south of the border.
That wall can't get built soon enough.
For, like, that's in reality. I was hoping for like a fucked up reality.
No, it's all about money and trade. It's like episode 1. Just as boring too. It's like, oh, hey, there's no lightsabers.
I was hoping you would say something really fucked up about Mexico, but nah.
So is the Mexicans the trade federation, and in America is the Jedi good guys? That's how I would view it.
Look, this may be Trump's America, but we're not the good guy. We're more like the rebel. No,
Trump
what are they? The Federate? No, what's the other people? The Republic. We're the Republic, and I guess Mexico's the Trade Federation because we're trying to fuck them over, right?
They never said they were being fucked over or gave any indication how they were being fucked over.
Their own government's fucking them over.
Well, they're cutting off their trade routes, and within 3 days they'll be out of food and everyone's gonna die. So that movie's really bad on its timeline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like that gorgeous lush planet, people are going to starve to death in 3 days.
God, what a shit movie. Episode 2 still worse.
Oh yeah, easily.
Episode 7 still worse.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
That goes without saying at this point, Augs.
Yeah, that's at the bottom of the heap.
Episode what? I'm sorry, I think I've blocked that out.
Episode 7.
Only It Comes at Night is worse than that movie.
Oh my god, yo, Jeff.
Yo.
What the hell, man? Like that. Honestly, like this guy. I know you brought it up in today's episode, but I don't know what this guy's problem was. Like he just like, you know who I'm talking about? Like,
oh, the Your Movie Sucks guy?
Yeah. Like what the hell?
I look at it like this. This guy, when people say shit to me on the internet, I don't get bothered by it because these people wouldn't say this shit to my face. Because that guy's probably about, I don't know, 130 pounds, maybe 5'10" at the most. He would back down in an instant, so I don't let his words bother me.
Hell, I was back then. I never saw you in real life. You freaking Andre the Giant's son and everything.
I'd say it to his face, but then again, I only ever say nice things to Jeff. I got no reason to be mean to Jeff.
Yeah, you're on ring rust.
Exactly.
And he's bigger than you are.
Amen.
I like a Jeff.
God, that movie was so big back in the day.
I would need like 50 burros to transport Jeff. That's just how giant of a man he is.
Hey, I can fit in a Volkswagen quite easily. Don't worry.
Okay.
What's that domed roof?
Well, no, my mom does have a Beetle, but I also have a Volkswagen. I have a Jetta wagon, so I can fit in that just fine. Now the back seat, there's only space for one person. I could never bring 4 people anywhere in my car.
I'm not sitting behind him.
You couldn't. There's like 4 inches of space between my seat. Like, we could put a baby seat. Dion's kid could fit back there. Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll just follow you with the steam-powered burro.
No, we could put you in the... I have a hatchback. We'll just have you in the hatchback. It's like the Vista Cruiser from that 70s show.
No, we'll
so
just
you're
give
going to
him a
smuggle me
skateboard.
across state lines? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, we'll listen. Yeah, we'll smuggle you into Canada, and we'll listen to good music all the way up.
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm not Fez.
Hey, Dan might fit back there.
Dan has fit back there.
Yeah.
When we went to see Kevin Smith, I made Dan ride in the back.
Well, he rode in the back when you guys drove me to the hotel. I'm like, there's not enough room back there. And I'm like, how is he fitting in there? But he did.
Dan's like a cat. He likes to get into tight, small spaces and just lock himself in.
Curl up.
Dan's an interesting guy. He used to kick himself in the face for entertainment purposes.
Like Wee Man and the Jackass movies?
Exactly like that.
God damn my lungs.
Well, he said that before. Like, he'll laugh sometimes so hard that he has to like put his arm up to get us to stop, and then he takes like 4 inhaler hits, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm good."
Oh, I don't
It's scary.
I'm in my lungs, man.
Yeah.
I think I want pop.
I love how you guys are always asking about like why they're not on the show anymore. I'll tell you
Yeah.
one.
All right. Well, Kendo, are you done with your list of things about Spider-Man?
The only other thing I didn't like about it and hated about it was Peter was way too fucking happy to be Spider-Man, and he seemed to really like the fact he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, I get that from the previews, from the
And
trailer.
it's like, dude, you're not supposed to enjoy the fact you're Spider-Man. It's not a glorious thing that you have these powers. It's a burden.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
Who is he? He's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Sorry, that's the end
Yeah.
of the first movie.
No,
Well,
that's what I was referencing.
No,
Yeah,
that was an
there's-
awesome line, man. That was the way to end that movie.
That movie was so fucking good. Like even 15 years later, I get pumped after I watch it.
Yeah.
Dude, I like to like, you know, my nephews, my brothers, like, I mean, there's like an age difference between me and my brothers, like 7 years. I mean, you wouldn't think much, but it really kind of does matter because the music he's into, obviously, I look at it and I hear it and whatever. But like him, my younger nephews, I like trying to get them to watch a lot of these movies, and you know, because of the culture that we live in now, a lot of them just don't want to watch it because it's not the shiny thing, it's not the HD thing, and I'm like, you should really watch the Spider-Man movie and understand why this whole like superhero movie boom really took off. Like, this was such a big deal at the time. I remember the first Spider-Man movie happened when I was graduating. Was it middle school? Yeah, I think it was middle school when I graduated. Maybe I might be wrong. Might have been high school. I forgot. But it was.
Oh, you're older than me?
I'm trying to remember. What year was it that the first Spider-Man movie came out?
2002.
2002. It couldn't have been high school. It would have been middle school. So yeah, I graduated middle school, and you know, I remember my mom again going back because my parents are from Latin America. I was born here, so
You
you know,
don't say.
well, duh. But the reason why I bring this up is because I remember how big of a deal that whole movie was, that they even did an interview with Tobey Maguire on a Spanish newspaper, of all things. And, you know, that's a pretty big deal because at the time, like, movies prior to that, like, only if you were, like, that big of a name of an actor would they ever put you on something like that. So, especially Tobey Maguire, who had done, like, probably, I don't know what he did before that, but I know he did something.
Pleasantville.
Yeah.
Cider
But
House Rules. That was about it.
Oh,
really.
I actually like that one.
Yeah, but you go from
Was that the one where he had the rocket ship?
No, that's
Cider
he
House
wasn't in
Rules.
that movie.
That's what he's
That's
doing.
October Sky with
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Charlize,
Oh.
he does Charlize Theron in Cider House Rules.
That's
Yeah.
right. Fuck it.
He went up her Fury Road. Sorry, not her furry road. That too. I wasn't trying to go there though.
Yeah,
That's a
Furry
whole different
Road.
movie.
Oh God, no! I don't want to hear my cousin ain't gonna listen to that.
No, but dude, you're 100% right. With the exception of episode 1, we've never seen bigger hype, and that includes episode 7.
It was such a big deal, I'm telling you. And I was like, I remember even my mom talking about it, and this was one of the first times I actually even bought a Marvel toy. I actually remember watching the movie, loving it so much. I even asked my mom, please get me a Spider-Man toy. Like, please get me something for Spider-Man. And I remember at the time, KB Toys was still around. She bought me one of the Marvel, like, it was supposed to be like a classic Spider-Man toy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, Spider-Man Classics. That was a good line.
It was a classic line, and it came with a copy of the first comic, which was
Nice.
basically, yeah, it was basically the first part of the movie up until Uncle Ben dies. So it was a reproduction of it, and I remember just enjoying the loving hell out of it. I mean, granted, I was really shitty at that time taking care of my stuff, so it's gone the ways of somewhere, but that's how much of a big of a deal it was back then, and I don't think people now realize how we have gone from, you know, that where things felt like events, things felt important. You know, the Spider-Man hype was going for months. To oh well, hey, Wonder Woman came out. Okay, what's the next movie coming out? Okay, what's the next thing coming out? Oh, I gotta buy a T-shirt. Okay, I'm not wearing this T-shirt ever again. Like,
And you forget Spider-Man had huge competition. 2 weeks later, Star Wars came out. There was a Lord of the Rings movie, a James Bond movie. 2002 was a stacked year, and Spider-Man still was the biggest deal. And I don't know if it was the highest grossing movie of the year, but it was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the first movie to reach $100 million in its opening weekend.
Exactly.
That movie was, and the thing is, you talked about your nephews. The thing is, that movie is older, but it's not old like Superman, where you would have like a disconnect, because the effects in Spider-Man aren't perfect, but they're not that bad. Like when he's swinging around the city, it still looks good because it was shot in a way where they're not trying to like follow him like right next to him or something. And honestly, I think the effects in Homecoming look shitty for 2017 standards. Spider-Man 2 looks better.
I was about to say the same thing.
I would definitely argue that. Yeah, and that. Yeah, you're right.
I think
When
in
he was
those
bouncing around the
original,
Wood Street Bomb.
in the Raimi Spider-Mans, I think they even swung the camera. Some of that where you're following him, they swung the camera through the set.
Yep.
So
That's how they would film it. They would take a camera on a wire, and they would just, swing it through the city, and then they would CGI in Spider-Man, and that's how the first movie was done. They changed it for the second one, but still, it looked great.
Yeah.
Damn, I never knew that actually.
4K TV.
Dude, when I was a kid, I went out to the mall. It came out on November 1st of, I guess, 2002 on DVD. I took a bus to the mall, picked up the special edition box set, and then I watched the movie probably like 10 times that weekend. Like, I watched it repeatedly. I loved that movie. The second one's even that much better. It just sucks that it died at number 3 the way it did.
Yeah.
I actually bought
Go ahead, Augs.
I actually bought like 5 copies of Spider-Man. I didn't buy it. I was like 3 or 4. I don't remember. But I was obsessed with Spider-Man 2, and that's what got me into it, because I borrowed it from my neighbors. They also gave me the original Star Wars trilogy.
Ooh,
and I ended up having to buy like 5 copies of Spider-Man 2. I still have like 3 just DVDs, but I'd watch them so many times that like the disc would just wear out. And I didn't think discs could even fucking do that.
Dude, I love Spider-Man too. I mean, Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus was possibly one of my favorite
He
villains
is my
in any
favorite
movie.
villain of a comic book movies, better than Heath Ledger by a fucking mile.
Thank you. It's nice to hear someone else say that. I always feel like I'm the crazy one in the room. Heath Ledger's so overrated.
No, I agree with you.
His performance, he died, and that's why everybody loves him so much. Like, all he did was he talked kind of different. He kind of rolled his eyes around. He licked his lips, and he was in some cheap makeup. I don't really see why that's Oscar worthy. I mean,
I'll take Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Jack
You're
Nicholson
saying
profile picture.
Do you know how I got these scars?
No, but I'll tell you how you got these, and then Batman just hits him with the fucking gauntlet.
That was cool.
Yeah, I miss Christian Bale's Batman.
Personally, Jared Leto's the best. I don't know what everybody else.
Thank you, Dustin. I'm glad you too.
Fucking Joker.
Well, there's all those dicks to look at.
I know.
You know what? They might as well just. Oh God, I hated that. I hate that Jared Leto Joker so much. I hate that fuckboy Joker.
I actually avoided seeing it because I knew I'd hate it. I saw the teaser image and I thought it was a fucking joke. I had no idea.
This is why I agree with you, Uggs, and this is why I'm not watching ever again anything that I know I'm gonna hate prior to that.
I thought it was cosplay. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's shitty cosplay." And then it underneath there was like an article, and it said like, "Oh, teaser photos released of the new Joker," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And then it blew my mind. I checked to see if the date was April 1st. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Damage wasn't your ideal tattoo.
You know what they should have done? They should have had a crossover where it's like Jared Leto is the Joker and then Christian Bale could come in as Batman, and then like halfway through he just goes, "Hey, Paul," and just whacks him right in the face with a fucking axe and turns on completely loose in the news.
Try to get a table at Dorsia now, you fucking bastard.
Yes.
Oh,
That's all today at the gym.
I just don't see why it's so hard to, if you're making a movie, all kinds of fans are going to see it. Why can't you look at a few comics, just look at a picture online, and you'll know that, okay, the Joker doesn't have tattoos, he doesn't have a grill, his hair isn't, like, that bright, his skin's supposed to be whiter. There's so many flaws with it. I don't understand why let's bastardize the Joker and everybody's going to love it. I don't understand.
He is an artist, and he's trying to make the character his and make his stamp on it.
Yeah.
see,
I think it's
just
disrespectful to all the artists.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Fuck him. Jared Leto sucked at that.
He's not a good actor.
Oh God, no, man.
Now wait a minute. Are you saying that the movie should follow the comics? Now we're going to get that idiot commenting on us about how we're stupid.
Hooray! We get another.
He's not going to listen to this.
All the listeners to the show are right here.
Yeah. We have 10
The
Thanks.
jackass that will download this video, I dare you to subscribe.
Thanks,
I'll get my
Augs.
girlfriend to subscribe since I'm on the show now.
We'll pester Christopher Littleton on Facebook until he listens.
Yeah, we need to get him on here.
Yeah,
I want to hear
on
him
the
curse
show.
and just say fuck like 50 times.
Yeah.
I'll get him on the. I got his email. I can give you guys his email address.
That dude is brutally honest. I love him.
He emails the show all the time. I feel bad because I forget to check our email except on Thursday nights when we're recording the show. So
Yeah.
if you guys have emailed
Kendo
me and I
told
don't
me that.
feedback, I apologize.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I use Facebook Messenger.
I talk to you all the time. It's cool. I
Yeah.
talk to Kendo as well.
I actually felt kind of bad. Like my first message, I thought like, oh, he's, probably sick.
Dude, I work from home. You can message me at any time of the day. I don't give a shit.
I kind of figured that out.
When I don't respond, I'm usually asleep. So
Oh.
Enjoy it while you can, because once World Class Bullshitters gets huge, Jeff won't have time for us little people anymore.
I'll be on the show somehow.
Oh, that'll be fine. At least I'll be able to scrub the toilet in the house. So
Hey, and when they have their
those,
panel,
those leaves aren't going to blow themselves, Liquid Metal Bro.
Senor Dinero, I needed to pay for my 3 burros. What of it? She's sick.
Yeah. At least we'll be able to troll their panel at Comic-Con.
Yeah, we'll just show up and be dicks to them.
Are you kidding? They're going to have us there handing out flyers.
Yeah.
Good little bitches.
They'll be like,
I
hey,
will say this much.
We'll
I
be
will say
selling the
this much.
T-shirts.
yeah, they'll be
I
like,
will
you guys
say
are going to
this
work our
much.
stands. We'll pay for you're paying for your own travel, your own meals, but we'll let you hand stuff out for us. Okay.
No, that's it. He'll just make us stand there like mannequins and wear the T-shirts.
I would let you guys travel like we did at WrestleMania. We'll just all rent a giant house, and since you're working with the crew, we'll just we'll get shit faced and sleep on the floor. It'll be
Sweet,
a good
we're
time.
roadies now.
Yeah.
What I always do.
Oh, I finally made it.
My
Oh, my
life,
lugs.
my life is complete.
Oh,
It'll be a good time.
no. All right.
Wait. Kendo.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna give you guys those videos that we filmed, so you'll get to see videos of us in Florida like next week.
Sweet.
My lugs.
I saw some of them that you had posted, like the little snippets and stuff that you guys put on Instagram and things or whatever. I think I've seen.
Oh yeah, that was
Like-
all Nick.
Yeah, it was like little quick hitter videos.
We
There's more than
filmed
that?
we filmed hours
Nice.
of us like
Damn.
well, we're drunk the whole time, but we filmed hours of us just like doing shit. We rented the nicest house we could possibly have imagined.
That's
And,
why you should
What'd you say?
said that's why you should upload it. You're drunk all the time.
Yeah.
I am so worried when I upload the drunk stuff because I'm like, did I say something dumb? Because I mean I don't say anything like that I'm super embarrassed about. Like I wouldn't say to people's faces, but I'm like,
Except
I'm
that
really-
Beverly Hills Cop commentary.
You run a show called World Class Bullshitters. What exactly would you be worried about people hearing you say that you probably haven't already said?
that's true.
You're in-
Augs, the
Build
off-air stuff is way better. The Star Wars ones where we got drunk and I puked.
Oh yeah.
I have audio of that. I'll never release it.
And Dion said, like, Jeff, well, I guess the show's over, folks.
The thing is, I hadn't puked then. I think we tried to watch Empire, and that's where I puked.
Yeah. I think it was near the end of that one or something.
Oh.
Oh, no, I thought it was A New Hope.
No, I puked on that commentary, but we tried to watch Empire right after that. And I was like, I can't do it. And then
Oh.
and then I just went to bed. I didn't even, turn off my computer properly. I just hit the power button until it just all shut down. I woke up the next morning, I was so mad at myself.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
But what?
Kendo,
Yeah.
tell us how you really feel about Topher Grace.
Well, he was in that 70s show. I never really watched it. I would catch episodes here and there, but then didn't really see anything that he was in until Spider-Man 3. Fuck Topher Grace, okay? Fuck him. He was a terrible casting choice. It shouldn't even been in the movie. Venom shouldn't even been in the movie. Fuck Topher Grace.
Save him for
Amen to
Spider-Man
that,
4.
dude.
You know,
Yeah, Spider-Man 4 would have been
Spider-Man and
way
Sam.
better.
They could have made. Has anybody seen the Spider-Man 3 editor's cut?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well, I was totally never interested in Sandman before, and I just thought, cut him out of the movie or whatever. I just never was interested in him. But when you have scenes like that, if they were to keep in the deleted stuff, then delete the Venom stuff, and then have more of that, I think that they could have made Sandman, much more compelling.
I actually thought Sandman was one of the only good parts of the movie.
Agreed.
I
Didn't find
agree
it
with
interesting.
that.
I didn't like that he killed Uncle Ben.
Yeah, that's where the movie shits the bed for me. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
that retcon was stupid.
Yeah, that part was dumb. I
It
didn't
doesn't
like
even
that
make
either.
sense because didn't he steal the car in 3 or?
Well,
yeah,
Well, the car is in Spider-Man 2 in the drive. So, did they get it back? I don't remember entirely here.
yeah, they had to get the car back because it's in Spider-Man 2 for sure when he goes to Aunt May's house at the very beginning.
Yeah,
yeah.
I noticed it when I watched it last night.
Augs, do you know why that car's in the movie?
Why?
Because that's Sam Raimi's real car, and it's in every movie he's ever made.
Oh yeah.
I actually didn't know.
Like, go watch The Evil Dead. That
Yeah.
car's
Yep.
in Evil Dead.
Yeah.
it's in
He even
the.
puts it. He made a
I'm watching it this weekend. I'm gonna rent it.
Oh.
First time, so don't spoil it.
Are you renting the first one first or what?
I think the first one, yeah.
If you have the option to rent number 2 instead,
Get
like
to
they're the same movie.
just higher budget.
Yeah, number 2 is just superior in every way. Like, honestly, number 1 is kind of boring. Number 2 is funnier, gorier, it has a better story, and it leads into number 3. So you could just watch Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness and skip the first one, and you're not missing out on anything.
And then go watch Ash versus Evil Dead.
Good question.
I've heard you talk about that. I want to get into it.
It's very good.
Which movie has the tree rape again?
The first
the
Evil Dead.
one.
Yeah.
Damn it! I know
Yeah.
what I'm renting this weekend.
Shit.
I got those on Blu-ray. Too bad you don't live near me. I just let you borrow the trilogy.
Still appreciate it though.
Liquid Metal Pro, look to the southwest. And
Here it comes.
The disc will come flying towards you.
Well, see, here's the problem with that. I live in New York City. It's a liberal cesspool, and there's so many high buildings.
Well, just get on top of the Empire State Building and wait for that shit to come flying.
Dude, I'm half black. I'm a good athlete. It's cool. I'll make it
Yeah.
right too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but which half is
Let's
throwing?
climb the Empire State
Well,
Building.
the black half will throw, the white half will calculate it.
Yeah. I was okay at science. I got an 84.
Hey, same here.
No, I shit you not. In 7th grade, every test I took, I got an 84% in science. That's the only reason I remember that number.
See your Beverly Hills Cop came out.
Yeah, thank you. God, I
get
can.
my gorilla suit, and then I'm gonna climb the Empire State Building, gentlemen.
There you
Uh,
go.
Augs, for the benefit of everyone else, I'm not going to go into Beverly Hills Cop, but I could talk about that movie every day for 2 hours. Like, I love that movie so much.
I
It's
love
not.
it.
I listen to the soundtrack
so long.
religiously.
It beat Dumb and Dumber in my favorite comedies list ever, so that's saying something.
It's number 4 on my favorite movies of all time. I don't know why Die Hard is ranked higher, but it is. Beverly
Let me
Hills
check
Cop's-
my list. I think I have it as
Die
third.
Hard is so good, though.
Dude, Die Hard is the best action movie ever made.
I just watched it 2 days ago.
Have you seen Predator yet?
No,
Oh God, I forgot. You're young. Watch Predator. It's amazing.
I'm getting into the action movies. I started off with Die Hard, watched all the Lethal Weapon,
You gotta
There
watch
you
Predator.
watched Bad Boys.
When I was a kid in daycare, when I was
Dude,
like 7, we played
message me.
Predator on the playground.
What?
No,
All
one
I'll
of the
say is message me and I'll give you a list of action movies you gotta watch.
All right.
All right, gentlemen, I got to bow out. I got other things to do tonight, but it was great talking to you all.
Well, then you lose the pop
man.
culture debate unless we hold it over till next week.
Well, I was going to lose that anyway. I've had no time to prepare for it.
Frank, I will talk to you again on the World Class Bullshitters fan episode. It was nice to finally get to. I've actually heard your voice before, but it was nice to interact with you.
Yep, likewise. It's been a great pleasure talking to you, Jeff. And now, America, look for me in 4 years when I change my name and run for president as Philip Uni-Hyper Gipperbomb.
Oh God!
Did he say he's the Unabomber?
No.
All right, I'm out.
Bye.
See you later, bud.
Oh,
I forget
man.
that people actually listen to the show because that's just like random shit I mentioned like once.
Is that the guy with the boot on his head?
Oh, Vermin Supreme?
Oh, okay, that's the other guy. Yeah.
No, the Uni Hyper Gepper Bomb's a joke between Dustin and I. I can't believe he referenced that.
Yeah.
I'm actually in tears right now.
Oh, God.
I gotta go listen to some of the old shows again. I mean, it's been a while since I've listened.
Yeah,
to
same
this.
here. Like, when is the last time? What is like the new thing now on the show? Like, what is a new recurring gag? It's got to be like Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, right?
Oh, that's been there since, I think, the beginning.
Really?
Okay, so the show's gone through, like, the ebb and flow. Like, you were talking last week about, like, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, about how Brian used to be on the show and all these guys.
Yeah.
It just got too crowded. And the reason the other guys aren't on the show is because they just didn't show up for 8 weeks in a row. And it was just the 4 of us, and it was really good, so I just kept it like that, and then I have ring rust for them, so it's like no one's left out. Does it make sense?
Yep.
That's
Because
cool.
I hang out with those guys every couple days. Like Phil, Dan, and Loudy, I see them maybe once a week on average. Dion and Nick and Dustin all live in different states, so that's once or twice a year. But Brian is cool and all, but I just don't see him anymore, and there's no bad feelings. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a problem that he's not on the show. It's just, because do you guys miss him?
Not
I don't know.
I
particularly.
heard that
No.
good impression of him that 1 week. I think that's satisfying.
I just wondered because I was listening. I'm like, maybe they missed the other guys on the show. I mean, maybe.
God, there were other people on the show, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, hey, Jeff, I've had a topic for several weeks that no one else wants to discuss, and that was
What's that?
we were going to have a debate of whether or not you've created new Coke with the reformulation of the shows. But it's like no one. Well, first of all, no one knew what the hell I was talking about, and I had to explain it. But
Well, I knew what the new Coke was. I just didn't have any. I thought you were like talking about Jeff having like some kind of fucking side project. I'm like, hell, I don't know. I was like, did Loudy tell you about it at one of your Target lunch dates?
yeah,
No, it's not a Target lunch date. It's a Target parking lot meetup.
yeah,
Oh,
that was
it's
only one.
creepy. It's creepier than a lunch date.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's HJs.
Well, you know,
And ZJ's.
yeah.
No, the first time Loudy met Brian, I was like, you met a stranger at a Target parking lot and drank his beer? And Phil goes, that's how you get raped. We just all had a quick laugh.
We didn't drink it in the parking lot. He took it home.
I know.
Well, you still could have put some roofies in it
I
and then
know.
just followed him.
And then
Damn it.
somebody drank like 2 or 3 bottles. He doesn't know. He said, "Yeah, I had it in the fridge, and then it was gone. I don't know who drank it."
It was a
Well,
step
I
date.
know what happened to me for 2 weeks in my life.
Well, I hope he enjoyed it. Now he and I had
He
lunch
did.
a few weeks ago because he works downtown now.
Yeah, I was.
Never called me back.
I called him and I was like, hey, we should go to lunch one day because I was downtown. He's like, oh, I've already eaten. And it was like 11 in the morning. I'm like, okay, well, next week. And then 4th of July happened, and then
Yeah.
I just forgot about it. But he's got a girlfriend. I don't think we'll see him too much longer because I'm assuming he's going to get married to this girl and then move away. So
Yeah. It does feel like he's going to get married. I don't know about moving, but yeah. But anyway.
we'll be fine.
R.I.P.
And I know he doesn't live near you. I'm not sure exactly. Well, I'm not sure what you were referencing there, but
Oh, no, you said about your brother, how Loudy lives so far and then I live so far. I'm
Yeah.
like, I live closer to your job.
oh, I know.
Because I drive past your job like all the time. Because I go to the casino to eat. 'Cause I had all these free coupons,
Oh,
and I drive past it. I'm like, Brian Lape works there. I'm like, oh.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't eaten
One day
there
I
in
was
quite
hoping
a
to
while.
see you like leaving, because sometimes I'll go there like 5 o'clock. Because if I ever see you walking on the street, I'm just gonna roll down my window and scream at you.
Okay. Yeah, usually around 5 I'm headed. I park at CET, so I walk west and then north.
Oh, okay. My mom's boyfriend works for the city, and he parks there too.
Yeah. Well, it's the cheapest place to park, unless your company's paying for it. So I know no
It's
one
all
has
about
any
the-
idea what we're talking about, but that's good.
It's inside baseball.
It is. It is.
Speaking of other things we could talk about that nobody would know about, the Patreon video.
Ooh.
The spe-
Oh, only you, Kendo, know.
I know. I'm an exclusive knower of it.
Augs, you would love it though, because Dion and I play Guess That Axel F.
Aw.
Seriously, I was like, hey, what part of the movie is this from? And then the actual song will play over the whole video, and then Dion will try to guess.
I might be able to guess it.
Oh, you know what? I'll play you that clip over Facebook, and you can play it.
All right.
God damn it! As soon as this is over, I'm getting on Amazon. I'm buying Beverly Hills Cop and
You haven't seen it?
watching it. No, I've seen it. I just haven't seen it in a very long
Do you
time.
have the Betamax tape?
I
do.
No.
I have the Laserdisc. I have the VHS.
You're also like
DVD
the
and Blu-ray.
self-protest biggest, hugest fan of it of all time. So
That's
I
true.
would
I'm
hope
obsessed
you
with
would
that
have
movie.
that stuff.
If they made action figures, I would own them.
Hot Toys doll.
In a heartbeat, dude. Marty McFly. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. So how did they didn't make? How come they didn't make action figures of some of those movies? It just, I guess they weren't targeted at kids per se. Is that because they have action figures for things other than Star Wars?
Well, the thing is too, like somebody like Michael J. Fox always declined signing his likeness away for merchandise because there's no Marty McFly merchandise up until the game, and that's
And
not
now-
even like an exact replica of him.
Now he wouldn't even be able to sign his name.
Shut up!
So I still had a good laugh in me.
Yeah. Well, did you see the video of him playing Johnny Be Good
Yes,
recently? That was just like a few years ago, I think.
that was really incredible how he still has that.
Right. That was good. So does anybody else want to talk about Homecoming?
Well, I mean, if I may put in a few cents, I don't know.
Pesos.
Augs, did you like the Iron Spider costume at the end?
I thought it was trash. I don't know.
Honestly,
I can
I
barely
think that's how they're going to introduce Morales.
If they put him in a movie, here's
I'm
the
not
thing:
seeing anything up.
I've skipped Spider-Man movies in theaters before. I can do it again. If they put him in a movie, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I was kind of hyped for the PS4 Spider-Man because I wasn't keeping up with it, and I saw one video related to it, and I thought, oh, this looks kind of cool. And the last few minutes, it shows Miles Morales on his phone, and they say like, "Oh, come on, Miles," and I just
Wait. So it's not Peter Parker in that game.
It is, but
it is,
Miles-
but then they had Miles Morales filming some of the action or something, and I'm not dealing with it.
All right, Sony. I take back what I said about you at E3. You fucked it up. You royally fucked it up.
Nice
Nintendo
addition.
We're all tested.
Nintendo, you won by... Wait, actually, Nintendo won by default, but whatever.
Do you own a Switch?
Jeff, I still want to get a Switch. The thing is that as of right now, one, because of money, I'm working a shit job. So the money isn't as great. And on top of that, I already have expensive copies of buying wrestling figures and shit I like.
Cocaine?
So,
Cocaine.
Until they actually make more games than just Zelda, that I'm actually going to be interested in.
Splatoon
I'm
comes
not-
out next Friday.
Oh yay! No,
yeah, I enjoyed
I
it
don't-
first time around.
It's a
I
fun
don't enjoy
game.
it the second time. No, but they're coming out with some games. Like when they did the E3 thing, we have the Nintendo World Store, the Nintendo World Store here in New York City. So they got the demos for some of their games. And what I didn't like is that some of the games are basically like the stuff that was already on the Wii U. So it pissed me off to know that I'm not gonna. And I really hate the fact that I even owned one now because of it. And then on top of that, they did actually put out some good demos. Like Mario Odyssey was just fucking amazing. I enjoyed the hell out of that demo. And on top of that, it wasn't even like this level where you did anything like fight enemies. It was like mission based. It was still enjoyable.
was it like 64?
Huh?
Was it like Mario 64?
It's like they're recreating 64 and the Galaxy series a little bit. Like that's how I don't know if you ever played the Super Mario Galaxy series.
I have.
Yeah, and you kind of have like a sense of immersion. Like you kind of see what they're going for. Like they're not, like when they make these games, it's like they really put their imagination, they really put their creativity into it. Like they want to try to create this world where it doesn't just feel like he's being shoehorned into it. Like it's part of a bigger thing, and he's just, that's his journey through it. Like Just leave it to Miyamoto and the guys to just flesh out another Mario game like that. It will sell, and I definitely have high hopes for Odyssey. It doesn't seem like it's going to disappoint. Then there was another October, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I'll buy it because I have a Switch. I need more games. I have one game.
What else?
There was some DLC that came out with for Zelda not too long ago.
I saw that. Yeah. I've been going nuts on the PlayStation Holiday Sale, so I got a lot of games to play on that now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of games that I've been playing lately, it's mostly been I played that Crash remastered trilogy.
Oh, that looks good.
I love it and hate it simultaneously.
Are you bad at it?
Fucking controls, man.
You're bad at it.
No, here's the thing. They recreated one, like everything was basically just a remaster. It wasn't like they remade the games. That's one of my peeves with it. I felt like they should have added a little more to it. They did a little bit with 2, and 2 I love to death. It was really great. Of course, disappointing final boss if anybody's played the first Crash game. I mean, the second Crash game, the original, not the remakes or remasters. And 3 was a nice little update. I mean, that's really all it was. It wasn't really like they added new levels, which they should have. Like, you know, they cut a level off from the original first game. And I heard that that's probably going to be DLC, which pisses me off to no end. The controls in the first game almost feel like ass at times. So that's one of the reasons once I finished the first Crash remaster, I just started playing 2 and 3, and that was it. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. Hopefully, they make new Crash games. Like, you guys ever played Twinsanity? That was a really fun one. And then I finally got the third Ghostbusters movie. The real third Ghostbusters movie, the video game.
Yes, that's a very good one.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that was sad about that game was it was too short. Other than that, I enjoyed it. I love it.
Brian, are you playing any games?
Outside of World of Warcraft, no.
I'm playing Donkey Kong Country right now.
Yeah.
It's an amazing platformer.
Yeah. So who was playing a game during the show last night? I could have sworn I heard something that sounded...
Oh, it was Dion.
Oh, okay.
On Ring Rust, they all play video games, and that's why there's those weird pauses in the show.
I don't.
Well, you weren't on last night or last week's show or this week's show. Excuse me.
No, it wasn't.
You also bring notes, and you're very prepared.
That's true.
I listened to your response about what it felt like to be on the show. How it was like surreal or whatever.
No, seriously, it was. Like, the very first time I did it, like, it was a very, like, because it's, like, so weird because I'm so used to, like, listening to you guys talking. And then next thing I know, I'm getting a Skype phone call from Jeff Hicks. And then Jeff Hicks is talking to me. So it's like I'm hearing you guys talking while I'm on the show. So it's like I'm listening to the show, but then I'm participating in the show. And then as soon as it gets posted, I'm listening to it. And it's like, oh, man, I'm getting to listen to Ring Rust. This is cool. I get to listen to these guys talking. And it's like, oh, wait, I'm on this too. Wow.
You want to know something that's kind of funny? I think it was 1 year ago today that I became a fan of the channel.
Really? July 14th? Hillary's birthday is your anniversary with our channel.
Oh, happy birthday, Hillary.
She's
not here, but...
Oh, God. No. I'll message her privately. Like, hey, Augs for President from our YouTube channel wishes you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Dark is Hillary's butthole.
I think I've seen
Hillary's butthole was the new black or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fun. We got a video that's coming out tomorrow. And she's going to be on it. Not coming out tomorrow. It's going to be recorded tomorrow. No one else on the internet's going to have it.
All right.
Be prepared. You'll like it.
Oh, my lungs.
Jeff, what's the homework for Ring Rust for next week so I can get started on it this weekend?
We're just going to do the stuff you sent in because we waited for you to cover the Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay.
So if you've already watched it, you're good to go. The other guys hadn't even watched it, so.
I actually did. I start literally the night that we got done recording the episode 3. I came in the living room, sat down, started watching Royal. I watched the Rumble match first, and then I started going back to do stuff. And then like the night before, since the insomnia was kicking my ass. I ended up staying up half the night, like watching all that stuff, because I was all can't sleep and was pumped for going to Iron Maiden.
I just only assign good pay-per-views. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's life.
No, I wasn't complaining. I'm like, this is great. I'm like when you're like, we're gonna discuss No Way Out 2001. I'm like, damn, that's a good one. I gladly will watch that again.
So, Brian, you listen to Ring Rust just because you like the channel, right? Like
Yeah.
World Class Bullshitters?
Yeah, I just like listening to you guys talk about it. I mean, my brother got into wrestling when I was about, he was about 10 or 11 years old. I was about 13, but, I mean, I did watch Glow back in the day, I will have to admit, when I was up late. Because in Knoxville, it was on at like, probably near midnight on a Saturday or something.
My parents used to watch that back in the day.
So, but no, what I like about is the enthusiasm that people have, and you were talking about the main show. There were many times where Dan hardly ever said anything, and then Phil kind of is there. Sometimes there it's not. I guess it many times depends on the topic. But in Ring Rust, they're both a bit more involved, and it's like a topic that they have a bit more heart for.
Exactly. You figured it out. That's exactly why, the split happened and it's going the way it's going. Because it's kind of hard for like, hey, we got the debate tonight. That's why the pop culture debate died, because no one would be prepared. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because I like doing the great pop culture debate. We were actually going to do one last night, but we ended up getting sidetracked talking about
Jeff, you always
everything
won
we
those.
talked
we were going to do one tonight.
We can sidetracked ourselves.
about. You can still do it. I mean, it's your guys' show. I can.
No, we
pull
can't
some out of
because Frank is part of it. We were going to do Family Guy versus South Park versus Simpsons versus King of the Hill, and I will
King of the Hill is the obvious winner.
It is, but the way we did it was we each got one, and we had to present our arguments for why it was the best.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm gonna listen to the show no matter what, and now I can't wait because that's something we talked about on our show, right?
Yeah, you guys
Alcohol.
discussed it, and you talked about it, and you asked us to like talk about it in the comments and stuff, but like there was never like a real debate.
And you guys were guessing which one I liked better.
Yes. And that's why I asked your permission to do it, because I was like, I don't want to just like do it and like totally rip off their show. So I'm going to ask Jeff first.
Oh, I don't mind. You guys are real supportive of us. Whoop-de-doo. It's just a topic.
And
I'm
then,
not uptight about it.
Well, thanks,
Another-
Jeff.
yes. And then another question, Jeff, have you watched this Path to Pet Cemetery documentary that's magically appeared on my Amazon streaming?
Oh, I might have to watch it tomorrow night after we record our other video.
Okay. Because I just noticed that. I pulled up my Amazon and I've got extra stuff added to it. And it's like, wow, this is good. Oh, I like this. Oh, this looks interesting.
You're my streaming spirit animal.
That's right.
We have very similar tastes.
Hey, since you're on Amazon, go check out
Strip Club
Strip
Massacre?
Club. Yeah, Strip Club Massacre.
I've already watched that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes.
So
I
And
got
you're not
to
my
watch it for
boss.
free in theaters.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
I
have a
did
question.
Strip Club Massacre already.
I still gotta
Right.
buy it. I keep telling Nick I'm buying the DVD, and I keep forgetting to do it. I gotta do that.
I don't
I
think
have a
he has
question.
any right now.
Yeah, he sent me a link to buy it from. So he gets like 15 cents or something. But yeah,
What's up, Liquid Metal Pro? You were asking
I have a
something?
question. Is this movie available on tortilla format?
do you mean
It is-
tortilla?
But senor, la tortilla, she's not ready yet. I still have to spin it. Yo, I swear to God, I make too many of these Mexican jokes. I'm not even Mexican, which is the the fucked up part about it.
You're not?
No,
What are you?
Dominican?
Isn't that the
I
same
feel like
thing?
it's what I am. I reveal myself to the people that don't listen to this show. But there are more brown people out there that speak Spanish that aren't Mexican. You know, not that we do any we don't do a good job of actually throwing ourselves out there to begin with. So
Anything south of Texas is all Mexico. It doesn't matter. Build the wall, Trump 2020.
hey, I'm okay with the fucking build it already. Hell, I'll go work over there right now.
Remember, he
Be
did
better-
say he was the only brown man in New York City that voted for Trump.
It's true. I did just add 48 hours to my streaming watch next list.
Mm. You know, as much
Oh,
as I like Eddie Murphy, I don't like that movie.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Roxanne!
Not as fun as I thought it'd be.
It's too mean-spirited for me to find funny.
Well, if you feel like watching RoboCop
Trading
and First
Places
Blood
is better
again,
than Cop all the way.
oh, Trading Places is great.
It's a miracle!
I have legs! I can see!
I'm a karate man.
Then we had to fart in the tub.
We heard on the inside.
You know what I want to see now? I want to see Coming to America again.
I have that on DVD somewhere.
It's a great
Yeah,
movie.
I don't
John Landis was a great director.
He's in Spider-Man too.
I didn't know that until you told me. So Augs has taught me something.
Wow.
Damn it, Augs. You need to be on the show more often. You definitely give us some good insights to these things. Oh, I don't know.
Oh well, I don't think I teach you a lot, but you know, I guess I'm doing okay for my first podcast.
I've
You're
learned
giving us
absolutely
good,
nothing.
great trivia, actually. I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff that I hadn't learned. I mean, granted, I'll probably forget it. I have a terrible memory at that too, but it's good to know these things. Like, it just adds a little more to like the love for the entertainment, these things. It really does.
Oh, Coming to America is not streaming on Amazon right now. Trading Places isn't anymore either. It used to be.
All right, I'm going out the window.
So did Coming to America. It used to be on Prime.
Yeah.
It might still be on Netflix. It was for the longest time.
Eddie Murphy Raw is no longer streaming either, even
Hold
though
on.
for free. Even
Let's
though
find out.
I've got that somewhere.
I want
Let's
Beverly
find out.
Hills Cop 2 on Blu-ray.
It doesn't exist in America, man.
I know, but I want them to
Release
You
it.
guys are gonna have
release
to
it.
hold
That's
back.
why I get mad whenever they
Right.
take it off Netflix, because I want the quality of the 1080p.
Yeah, it's on It's on Hulu.
It is?
Yeah,
I want to switch to Hulu because it's better.
it is to me. It's the better streaming service, but you know.
Also,
The Adventures of Pluto Nash in HD
I'm
for
gonna
only
watch
$12.99. How could I go wrong?
Oh, that's $10 too much.
It's $12.99 too much. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's $15 too much. They should be paying you to watch it.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to hear something funny?
Sure.
I looked up Coming to America on Netflix, and the search result, all I got are titles related to Coming to America. So you want me to read off some of these?
Yes, I would be interested to hear.
Let's see how related they are.
I'm looking at the same list. Go ahead.
Okay, the first one. Okay, because the thing is, I'm looking at it on mobile, so
Okay.
I'm gonna read it from the top row left to right, and that's how it goes. The 5 Heartbeats. I don't know what that is.
Never heard of it.
Singing group.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're seeing the same list. White Chicks is next.
Yep.
Friday
the next-
After Next.
Yeah, Friday After Next. That's good.
Tyler Perry's Daddy's Little Girl. Wow, that sounds.
I think that's also a substation on Pornhub too.
Tyler Perry.
Definitely.
Oh, Daddy's
with the
Little
picture
Girls.
with the picture that he has here, I'm. You know what? Moving on. Good Burger.
Yay.
Cradle
Wait,
to
is
the
that
Grave.
only on there? Is that recommended because they're all black people? Like,
Yes.
Is that the only connection?
I'm
Yes.
starting to
Wait,
see
hold
a
on,
theme.
hold on.
I'm
So you
starting to
question
notice that too.
Jeff, I'll answer that question in a bit. Second Coming. I don't know what that is. I don't care.
Did you
Daddy
do Cradle to
Cake-
Grave? Cradle to the Grave? Did you have
Yeah,
that
Cradle
one?
to the Grave, I said that one.
Sorry.
Heart Lessons. God, I don't even know what this is. Okay, so to answer your question, is this because it's black actors? Sausage Party, apparently.
Wait, there was the guy that looked like Martin Luther King. He was, the rice guy.
In Sausage Party?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie yet. I gotta watch this.
Yes,
It's
but
okay.
the one right under Sausage Party doesn't make any sense, but keep going.
All right, the brothers. Oh wow, Meet the Blacks.
Ugh.
Okay, I'm about to just read a few more lines and that's it. Beast of No Nation. Whatever. November Rule. The Carmichael Show. License to Drive.
Yeah,
That's a great movie.
it is.
They're all white, though, so I don't
Right.
see the correlation.
Macaulay, shoot.
Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Haim,
Yeah.
And a very young Heather Graham.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna read up a little more just so I can finish this off on a funny note because I'm not gonna read this whole list either. Although, oh my god, actually, maybe I should. Let me just skip ahead. I'm gonna just read it. I'm gonna go through this real fast. The Bernie Mac Show,
Nice.
Cool Runnings,
There you go.
The Original Parent Trap, Super Bad, The Real Husbands of Hollywood,
Nah.
New episodes.
Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Did you say Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right.
Dope. Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, What Now? Adventures in Babysitting, I think it says.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Civil War. Captain America Civil War. That Civil War.
Oh.
America.
Oh, wait. It does have a black actor in it, so it's
Yeah.
Right, Black Panther's in it.
We talked
And
about
Falcon.
Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Falcon, yeah.
I can't believe I forgot Anthony Mackie. The Money Pit, Armageddon,
That's a good one.
That's a great movie. Fuck Armageddon.
Yeah.
The Preacher's Son, Bon Beanie. Oh God, even I would be offended by that title. Greenleaf, Enemy of the State,
That's good.
Percentage, Maximum Conviction. Oh, we're almost done with the list. The Cleveland Show, Mr. Pig, Lock Up Women Behind Bars.
I agree.
IP. Okay.
That's a complete sentence.
Okay, and let's kill this off in the most politically correct way possible. Malibu's Most Wanted.
I saw that in theaters.
Now the
I used
last
to
one's
like
good.
that movie.
The last one's good though.
Oh man, actually that was a good
King
Malibu.
Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Cedric the Entertainer live from the Ville is the last one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's probably on your
Yeah.
your. I don't know why on mine it's probably a little different, but whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's no Coming to America on Netflix, which only pisses me off further because I might as well just get it over with right now. So, has anybody here seen Death Note before or know of Death Note?
Yeah, I've watched it.
I think I've heard of it. I don't know.
That is
Okay.
on Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to watch it, it's an anime. So I don't know. I know most
Oh.
people. Yeah. But the one thing I will say about Death Note is, it's one of those animes that is made to make you think. And it does a good job at it. And for the most part, it is very entertaining. It's very more of a detective, psychological based thing. It doesn't go into too many tropes too much. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy it. And yeah, I know this was me getting into the anime in my weeaboo days in high school, long time ago. I'd rather not get into it anymore. But the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I wanted to actually talk about this is because of the whole like political correctness, the whole this diversity agenda that entertainment has, and especially with Netflix and their their the licenses now, their new shows. They really, in my opinion, went too far with this one. And the thing is that they recently released a trailer. Now, before I go into why the trailer pisses me off, let me describe the series as a whole. It takes place in Japan, duh. The main character is this high school student named Light Yagami, who pretty much comes from a very loving household. Dad's I believe a chief of police or something like that. Mom is a loving mother, house sitter, everything you can, whatever, I don't care, homemaker. Sister, teenage sister. I mean, like, the guy has everything you could really have in a good life, right? He's very intelligent. He's well off. He's not bullied or anything. So he randomly finds a death note one day, which was left by a Shinigami, which is a death god. And I'm pretty sure that's what it means in Japanese. I'm not going to really look it up to even bother. But the whole purpose of it is that the purpose of the death note is if you write the person's name down and you have their face in mind while doing it, they will die as you write it in the book, or they will die of a heart attack, give or take. So he uses this to kind of kill off criminals at first, and it goes from him having good intentions why he uses it to ultimately using it to obtain more power, hide his crimes. It leads to a detective, very famous but very reclusive detective named L, who is a very secluded type of man, very antisocial almost, to come in and try to stop him. And it's kind of like this chess game. One is trying to prove who the killer is, another's trying to hide his tracks. So it's a back and forth thing. Now, during the L arc is probably the best story. Afterwards, It depends on whether you like it or not. The thing is that the whole aspect of why the series I liked it was because there was this whole detective cat and mouse chess type of game, and it took place in Japan. And why that's important is because the United States like government or even the like international police don't get involved until his crimes go outside of Japan. Like he starts killing criminals outside the world. And all of a sudden, it's like now it becomes an international issue to the point that he even almost beats these government agencies. If you want to check it out, Augs, I'd recommend it just so at least you know what I'm talking about. If not, don't worry about it. But let me get on to my point. So recently they released a trailer. They released 2 trailers. One pissed me off because you could argue was like the whole Hollywood and the whitewashing thing that always gets thrown around. They made him apparently now it takes place in the United States. He looks like a crackhead straight out of the methadone clinic. Whatever. I wasn't going to pay any mind to it. Then they recently released the trailer which introduces L, and this is where I was pissed off. They made L this. I have no other ways to describe this. One, you change the race of one guy to be the white guy, and for most people, Light becomes the bad guy towards as the series progresses. Knowing that he's the white guy, he's being played by a white actor here. L for most people is like the good guy. Again, when you watch the anime, you understand why I say it's not so black and white. Here, they actually made the trailer look black and white to the point that the L is being portrayed by a black guy in the United States, dressed up like he's freaking a cross between Trayvon Martin and Antifa, of all things. And it's like you can tell there's kind of an agenda here. Like they're trying to say, "Oh, Light's evil," and that's why. And they're not. I'm pretty sure at this point, it's out there. Like they don't want to say it, they don't want to admit to it, but it's out there. And it's this whole diversity crap, which is ruining what essentially could have been a very good series. Like they could have brought one of the live actions with terrible dubs. You would probably enjoy that. I just really felt like this was one of those instances where Netflix crossed the line. I really cannot do it any justice. If you guys want to check out the trailer and see what I mean by it.
They've been crossing the line numerous times and wrecking stuff and doing dumb things.
Yeah, but this is and it's not so much that it's just Death Note, but again, like I'm getting so adamant over an anime. It's the fact that going back to the whole Spider-Man thing, you can't deviate too much from the source material. There's a reason why the series doesn't take place in fucking United States. I'm sorry to say it like this. It takes place in Japan for a freaking reason. The freaking god of death is Japanese. He got bored one day. He threw it in Japan. They explain why the series is in English. Because it's a fucking common language. They explain why the United States letter gets involved. They didn't just miss the point. They completely destroyed. I'm pretty sure they took a bad fan fiction from whatever website and said, you know what, we're going to make this a live action now. And people are going to watch it because, it's an adaptation of something that I really can't talk about anymore. Like, I'm just pissed off.
Why don't they adapt My Immortal? That'd be a better fan fiction.
There you go. Or My Immortal Hulk Hogan.
Please.
Brother.
Wait, what?
You should listen to Ring Rust.
Yeah.
Listen to Ring Rust. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You have to listen to Ring Rust.
We talked
Kendo,
about it
you
last
waited-
week.
Yeah, we did.
Dude, forgive him. He's triggered over the Death Note anime trailer so much to the fact that he's forgot the last 2 weeks of his life.
He wasn't.
Rage bender.
He wasn't triggered the last few weeks when we told him to watch or listen to Ring Rust.
Well, I'm
Ring.
I'm trying to make an excuse for him.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I just feel like this is the point where. And here's the other thing. I read the comment section, right? A lot of people were like, some of the comments were basically saying how they had no issue with one of the characters being black, and then I'm like, but these very same idiots were then talking about how they had an issue with the other character being white. So it's kind of like this. It's not just Netflix, but you have people also themselves kind of like, you're not consistent with your reasoning for. Okay, so you're okay with a character being replaced as long as it's the characters being, the actor replacing him isn't white. Like, this nonsense
Those are the people you ignore.
Yeah.
Like, don't listen to those virtual signaling cucks on the internet. Just
Well, I don't.
because they're not. Oh, I'm not saying you, but like to Netflix, like they're not your audience. Just because you like something on Facebook doesn't mean you're a patron of it. Like I like Netflix on Facebook and I have a subscription, but I guarantee you, 20% of those people just like Netflix because they know what it is, and so they get into conversations and they try to act like they're experts, and it all boils back down to the Spider-Man thing you guys were talking about. Everyone wants to have an opinion on shit, but they're not informed. And like we said last night, you can have a wrong opinion if you don't have a frame of reference.
Yep.
I agree. No, you're right. And fuck you, Netflix. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. The My Immortal Hulk Hogan, we took inspiration from My Immortal, and we've adopted our own creative writing techniques to creating the story of My Immortal Hulk Hogan. It's the sequel to My Immortal. So each week on Ring Rust, we have a chapter written by one of us about the life and times of My Immortal Hulk Hogan.
Speaking of bad fan fiction, I remember at one point, I think it was in that episode of My Immortal. I think some of the other fans would put in the comment section about doing like potentially writing up fan fictions. I don't know if it was Reality's Frank or that guy from Caracas. I know it was one of the two.
I forgot about him.
Is he still around?
No.
I don't know.
At least he doesn't comment unless because he actually sent me a couple of beers he wanted me to review, and I did, but I haven't heard anything from him since then.
Him and Not Your Father's Clitoris Challenge are on an island together somewhere.
Listening to the show.
The one thing that would make this show better is I want him on this show if we can track him down. I think he's Todd Howard.
Yeah.
Because Todd Howard disappeared, then Not Your Father's Clitoris Challenge came in, and then he disappeared, and I bet some new crazy fan's just going to pop up out of nowhere, and it's going to be the same guy.
Well, straight white, you guys remember straight white Christian male, right?
Yeah, he was Howard.
Yeah, you referenced it.
Yeah. That guy's, I think he's a troll, but he's a hilarious troll.
Dude, I remember.
They're the best.
I think my first comment ever on the channel was like replying to his, and it was some kind of Spider-Man 3 reference. It's hilarious.
He's my Facebook friend. I think he's like going to be a cook or something, like a chef. I shouldn't say a cook because that's below a chef.
It's hard for me
to
imagine
be a chef.
an actual person, though.
He's probably going to cook people.
He like blocks out his face with like random pictures of stuff.
I kind of like to think of him more as a force of nature, not really a person.
He's an idea.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an AI on the internet, basically.
I know a guy named Brian, not you, Brian Lake, but like a guy I know named Brian who acts like he like shit posts on the internet, and he doesn't even seem like a real human being. The dumb stuff he posts and says, like I can't imagine a human like legitimately doing the things he does. But I know the guy in real life, and he's not weird, so.
Is it the Brian on the old episodes?
Oh no, that's Brian Callahan. He used to work at my comic book store.
Okay.
He's my friend. This other Brian guy, I just know him through a mutual friend. He's really fucking bizarre though. Like he posts a thing about hot dogs in random places, and he's just obsessed with hot dogs. I don't know if it's a phallic thing.
Is he talking about like Curtis hot dogs or
things? And
Oh, Curtis hot dogs!
Oh boy! Now I'm not hungry anymore.
There you go.
Why does it always get back to Curtis's balls?
It's always about it's Curtis's balls, his dick loving. God, we're just obsessed with Curtis's ability to be obsessed about dick.
Because no other guy sees that on the
segments.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Hog?
About Curtis.
I said his taste in dicks is longer than his news segments.
He does have some really long news segments.
Damn.
So,
Please come back.
is the news too long for you guys?
No.
No, I love it. I wish that there was like 4 hours worth of. I mean, obviously that can't happen, but I would listen to.
I wish it could be it would be funny if we did like a 4-hour news segment. We've done 2 hours at once.
Yeah.
And the thing you got to understand, like, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, you could go.
All I was just gonna say is the way the show will work is we're all in a Facebook chat, and we'll be like, all right, this is what we got, and Dustin's responsible for getting all the news, and then he doesn't tell us what it is beforehand. We just let him go, and then we comment on it.
Oh, I always thought about doing a live stream, and all the fans, if they're just available at the moment whenever it's uploaded, they can kind of interact with the show. So if you ever wanted, if somehow everybody else was prepared to do the pop culture debate, well, you could literally have people, the fans, saying who won, or other people could kind of participate.
Well, you could
I
always
would
make
love
a
that idea
poll on
because I can't
Twitter.
figure out how to do it.
I was
That
trying to do a
was my
live
only problem. I don't know
early
what-
on. Failed at it miserably.
Well, like I said, I'll have you guys on the main show in August. I picked August because, Augs, I know you got to go back to school probably at the end of August, early September.
Actually,
So-
it's like August 15th, so it's early on, but I'm still
Oh.
probably.
Well, we're going to... I was talking to the other guys. We're going to do it probably the first week in August.
Okay,
So-
that's fine. That's good.
Because I know you and Eddie Cantillo are younger and have to go to school, and I figured, like, hey...
Sadly.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, when I'm not that much older than you, so I definitely remember. I only graduated from college 4 years ago, so I definitely remember going to bed for school. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't fun. When I lived away at college, when I knew Dion and Dustin, like, we would stay up to like 4 a.m. on a Monday, go to class on a Tuesday, sleep all day, then wake up, have dinner, and drink. They were good times.
Oh, good old days.
Yeah, Kendo, you know what's up.
Yeah, I went to Grand Valley State for a year. I pretty much spent 5 nights a week staying up till 4 a.m. drinking.
This will make you proud of me. Oh, that sounded weird. But,
What?
but I actually stayed up until like 3 o'clock in the morning on a school night listening to the most recent World Class Bullshitters episode once. I don't know
There
which
you
one
go.
it was, but
Just don't play us at your school, because people will start asking questions.
I have headphones.
Good. I always do wonder how like younger listeners feel about the shit we talk about. Because yeah, we have our
I love it.
Good.
Well, that was some of the questions Kendo had a couple weeks ago. How does Augs listen to this? Various-
I envisioned him like with his phone and some headphones underneath a blanket with like a flashlight, just giggling at the bad words and hiding it from his parents.
No, I'm in my basement right now, actually. My parents go to bed pretty early, and I sit here. I got a good TV. I play games on it. I'll watch a movie for a commentary, and sometimes I'll have headphones if it's during the day because there's always noise upstairs, and I can't hear it as well. At night, I can hear it perfectly. And I'm usually just, like, snacking on something, playing a game, but the volume's all the way down, and I just hear the podcast, and I just kind of think up my own thing. And, like, sometimes I actually think, like, oh, what would I say here? But it's weird that I'm actually talking now.
See? It's a bit odd at first, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't know. Probably tell.
Oh, you don't have to be nervous.
Yeah, you
Wait
don't
till
have to
you
be
wait till you
I'm nervous,
listen.
but-
Wait till you listen to it and have your voice coming back at you. That's for me with the wisdom.
I don't think I'm going to listen to this episode.
That's how I feel about our show. Like, I hate listening to myself talk.
Yeah.
I
It's
think it sounds-
Listen to myself, like, period. I don't even know why I bother talking sometimes.
You should just take up sign language or stenography. Then you can just type out what you have to say real quick in shorthand, and people
Well,
can
I'm
read it.
already kind of
Liquid
fat.
Metal.
I should just be another like a Latino version of Silent Bob.
He doesn't talk anymore. From now on the Fancast, Liquid Metal Pro doesn't talk anymore. We'll just ask him questions, and he'll just go for one yes and for no.
So he's your version of
He'll
Dan.
type it out like
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking.
Wait. When you hear this, you may not want to ask that question again.
Which is a great segue into our
How'd you go so fast?
our beautiful chest Hall of Fame has a new nominee this week, and this week it is Milana Vaintrub, the new
Yes.
Squirrel Girl, the AT&T girl. Lily, she's got it in all the right places. I've loved her since the first time I saw her do an AT&T commercial.
Wait. What's that name again?
Just type ATT Lily into your Google search.
ATT. Wait, ATT Lily.
Yes.
Is it?
Trust us.
Oh, she's going to be Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
You know what was ironic? I think it was one of the recent...
Oh yeah, I know this. Damn.
There was a recent WCBS video, and it was something like, I think Dion said that it's either you or Dion, Jeff, but like, yeah, we'll ever see a Squirrel Girl, like, you'll have to continue off that after Infinity War. Personally, I'm not interested either, but then all of a sudden,
Yep, we got it. It's like, oh, hey, that thing I said will never happen happened. Oops.
yeah, I was like, what?
You know what I heard about that? That apparently people are pissed
Disney's
off that
watching
Squirrel
it.
Girl isn't ugly.
She's ugly
Yeah,
in the
that's the
comic.
thing. Yeah. Well, all comic book women have to be ugly nowadays. Now, Kendo can attest to that. I like to draw a nice, full-chested woman every
does.
day.
Look at
A
his
lot. Yeah, I know you do. But like the women in comic books nowadays are just so like plain, so they don't. That's the one thing I always talk about on the show. Like when you try to market a female action hero or a female character that these women are supposed to look up to, they're very like flat-chested and plain-featured. They're not beautiful. They don't have anything special about them physically. They're supposed to be like, hey, what makes me great is what's on the inside.
But
But
like
then,
Scarlett Johansson.
Well, I mean, their
That's-
insides are never that great to begin with, so.
No,
Yeah,
what
but
would make them great on the
What?
inside would be me being on their inside. That'll make it great. Bang!
Probably.
Yeah,
Or for the fat ones to lose like 50,000 pounds, maybe.
well, no, but like the men are supposed to be idealized. Like, oh, look at Thor. We have to watch him with his shirt off, and he's got the six-pack and all this shit. It's like,
Right.
I'm not like, I don't feel uncomfortable watching those things. It's just like, why can't I watch what's her face in Star Trek Into Darkness take off her shirt? Like that was my favorite part of the movie. She's got a rockin' body. Like,
Oh
that's-
yeah,
Yes, he
Dr.
does.
Alice.
yeah.
That might be our nominee for next week.
I do love your chest Hall of Fame because, like, you guys don't know me in person that well. Like, that's just shit I think about all the time. Like, we've ranked our celebrity boobs on World Class Bullshitters, and all your additions are definitely like worthy of any list.
Yep.
Especially
So,
Kelly. She's so perfect.
yes. So congratulations, Milana Vaintrub. I hope if I'm saying it doesn't matter. You're on a show that nobody's going to listen to, and you're
Come on,
being
think
celebrated
positive. We're just starting, man.
you're being celebrated for your big, beautiful chest
Hey,
and
WCBS
other
used-
nice features.
Damn, she got a nice body. Like,
She does. She's got a great body. She's got a great ass, wonderful, huge
Yeah.
boobs, and she is now the newest member of the Fancaste Beautiful Chest Hall of Fame.
I'll be right
God
back.
bless you, lady.
I like her a lot.
Me too.
Nick sent me
Dumb
one
and
of his
Dumber
newest-
reference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alice.
that was.
Alice Eve is the actress.
There we go.
She is. Her face is all right, but her body's amazing.
Did the Spider-Man 3 drunk commentary just come out?
It did just now. I uploaded it a couple hours ago, but
I
it's
just got
now
the
live.
tweet.
Well, here's the thing: you talk about no one will listen to this episode. I'm gonna tweet about it to our I think we have like 1,200 followers on Twitter.
Hey, I just got a notification for it too.
Do you guys
Same
get
here.
excited when you see notifications for this channel?
Dude,
Yeah.
you do not even understand how excited I get when I get notifications. It's like when I commented that one time, it's like Christmas morning knowing there's gonna be a new episode. It's like as soon as I get that ding and I look and I see it, I'm like, yes!
Well, Augs, you should get excited because either Monday or Tuesday, the 5 things everyone gets wrong about Spider-Man videos coming out, and I think you'll love the shit out of it.
I think I will too.
Damn
What do you
it, have no views.
Jeff, is this one of your own personal collection or is this just a random photo?
I saw this on Facebook, and I just wanted to share it with you because it says Rollin and Reamin, and it just made me laugh.
Oh,
What?
that should I gotta send that to Brian. That should be the thumbnail for this video.
Yes!
And the video title should be extra long because it's extra special.
Yeah. Yeah, we're closing in on 3 hours recording here too.
That's fine.
God damn it, I can't stop staring at this girl now.
Yep. Fun fact about Nick and Jeff though, they've only met and hung out in person like 4 or 5 times.
Holy sweet Jesus, that's a good shot of her rack.
Yep, and Dion never met Nick until WrestleMania. You can learn these things if you subscribe to the Patreon at the $10 or more level.
Yeah.
They've said a lot of them on the show. I remember.
You know what I wanted to say before, because I know at some point we're gonna kill this or the Illuminati's gonna get to me, whatever comes first. But Jeff, going back to the whole point of like how they draw women in comics nowadays, like these bland, ugly looking, like
Pixie
I don't know.
Girls.
I guess that would be the nice way to go describe it. I really can't think of anything else that would do it justice. But I used to remember, like, you know, when they used to draw characters like Mary Jane in the comics, like in I would say like in the 90s maybe. I don't remember when was the last time I read a good Spider-Man comic. I remember like they always drew her this kind of very like voluptuous, very good-looking type of woman. Like, and it was this kind of this thing where, you know, you had these beautiful, statuesque, very gorgeous, very like talented type of women. Like, it wasn't just their looks; it was also had some talents behind them. You know, they had some other characteristics that made them stand out. They were very strong, whatever the case may be, right? But there was this whole thing of like you wanted to like be the guy that gets that girl. So there was that motivation to like yourself, like not necessarily to improve yourself physically, but also in terms of your own talents to try to like get their attention or try to get that girl, right? Nowadays, it's like you have these bland, ugly-looking fucks who, I mean, the way at least they're portrayed, like how they want to be.
Why can't little girls and erected dicks both look up at a girl at the same time? I don't understand.
Yeah, I had a
Why
feeling
is it one or the other? I don't get it.
I had a feeling you was gonna say something. That's why I let you go. You did not disappoint me, Augs. Thank you.
The thing is, dude, they're always trying to like. They're trying to get like an audience that doesn't want to read comics to read their comics, and it's
feminist has to relate, so that's why they make them ugly. Have you ever seen a beautiful feminist? No.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, so let's take the AT&T Lily, right? I look at this chick and I'm like, God damn, I would like, fuck, like if I wanted to get a chance with her, I would fucking start putting hours in the gym. I would start picking up some skills or something.
I would hand grenade a kindergarten for her.
Huh?
You shouldn't say stuff like that. It's offensive. Those are the kind of comments I get on our channel all the
fuck, I will
fucking
power
time.
drive those people.
Came to a channel called World Class Bullshitters. What did you expect?
We've never gotten a down vote.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to downvote. Or at least I'm not going to downvote you.
Well, I'm about to get us some downvotes right now. To those people that would say something stupid like that on this channel, I would personally power drive you, and not the safe kind of Jerry the King. Well, I don't know if that's a good example.
He's gonna power drive him in the Owen Hart way.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
Break their neck, ruin their career,
and then afterwards, I'm not even gonna pay you a visit.
Now you sound like the Rock and Mankind.
No, but seriously though, like you see these ugly looking fucks, and I'm thinking,
not even for $1 million.
Yeah, like I was like, well, then what's my motivation for myself to get in shape? Why am I gonna get in shape for some ugly ass looking chick? Well, I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing that a lot of people don't know is like there's a book called How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
Yeah.
Like comics, they kind of had like a thing called the house style, where it's like, hey, this is how we want the books to kind of look, draw like this. So they always wanted their women to be beautiful in a certain style, and that's fine. Like Mary Jane is supposed to be a model. You can't make her ugly. Gwen Stacy is essentially the blonde-haired version of Mary Jane. Their bodies are the same. Their faces are actually the same. You can change their hair color because the artist just drew all the women the same. But they're just supposed to comic books work better when like everyone looks a certain way and has like a character. They're not trying to like make the audience feel comfortable. Does that make sense? Like with these with like Squirrel Girl and stuff like that, it's like, well, we don't want these girls to go like, why aren't my boobs that big or this or that? It's like
genetics, bitch.
Yeah, those little girls don't read your fucking comic books, Marvel. Like Joel is the prime example of who buys a comic book. Joel used to spend $50 a week.
An old pedophile.
Yes. But to be fair, it was legal where he was. Wow. Augs don't go to the Philippines. No, but like your audience doesn't want butch haircutted giant calf squirrel girl. Nobody wants squirrel girl actually. But
cankles.
First of all, I wouldn't want a squirrel girl anyways. That sounds like bestiality.
Well, we used to know a girl. We called her Nature Girl. She had like thick, hairy legs, and we would see her in the cafeteria all the time in college. She was like a running joke.
That's when you just throw razors at her and be like, "Here."
Listen, I'll just be sure
to go hit on her. But
damn it, I can't say this in front of Augs.
You
can.
Okay, I would just pull the pants down partially. I'm not pulling them all the way.
Jesus.
For legs are that hairy, oh god.
You might not even be able to get the pants down if their legs are that hairy. Be like Velcro, just get stuck.
Scream, ow, it's pulling up against the zipper.
What did I say about the ghetto? We have low standards.
Yes, I know, and that's why. And I said that's because, never mind. I already said it once. There's a
may
lot
try,
of you.
but if I saw one like that, I'd probably just leave. Oof. There's limits.
Oof.
There's limits to everything.
Apparently not, because we're still reproducing. So
Yeah, at a high rate.
I don't have any kids. I'm gonna have some eventually once I get my shit together, but I'm not in a huge rush because if I had a kid right now, this channel, sorry, not this channel, but my channel would suffer because I wouldn't have the time. I'd be like, fuck, I gotta be a dad now.
no, I agree with you. It's the same way here. I feel like, and I'm not saying that I'm not trying to get my own shit together. I definitely have to. I recognize I have so many faults myself. Believe me, if you were to get to know me, there would be times that you would even tell me to shape up. But
Shape up and ship out.
yeah, pretty much.
Get your shit together.
Get my shit together,
Well,
right?
we can be friends from this point on. We're friends, so get your shit together.
Yeah, fuckhouse.
Wait, Jeff, are you? We're really friends now? Like,
Facebook friend me. I'm friends with everyone else on this podcast. So just
oh my god, I gotta text my therapist. I finally have a friend.
You're now in the elite world class bullshitters fan group.
Wait a minute.
I have a friend. I'm gonna.
Are we in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, all of you guys are in the Hall of Fame.
Fuck yes.
Oh, you've been in the Hall of Fame for like God knows how long.
The first one was Noah R, and he still listens to the show. He messaged me on Facebook. He's like, I just want to let you know I still listen to your show every week. I have a girlfriend and I don't have time to comment. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Go have a good life.
More important.
Yeah. But he's just like, I still listen to the show. I'm like, cool, man. I appreciate it.
Get laid, man. Get laid.
Yeah, the show is not that important. Like, it's important to me, but have lives. Like, the show will be there when you guys are ready.
All I will say is the following: if for some whatever reason, well, I mean, I will eventually get that Jiggity Woohoo T-shirt, and when I do, I will make it a life mission. I will make it a life mission to get laid in that T-shirt. I will fucking record that, because no one else would ever believe that ever happened.
Well, I'll put it on the Pornhub channel. We still have that Pornhub channel, so.
Be like someone in a Fancaste submitted their sex tape. Don't worry, you don't have to look at him. He's made sure to put the focus on the chick.
Dustin will watch it.
Have you guys ever seen our Pornhub stuff?
No.
It's
I'm
real.
about to go on
Dustin
right
and I
now.
do porno commentaries.
Awesome.
Wait. I'm about to check this out right after the show.
I'm going private mode.
I think we're just WCBS on there, but it's got the logo. But the funny thing is, Dion logged in, and he didn't log out. Or he logged in, and we got to see his browsing history. So I'm like, Dion, what were you doing looking at Asian schoolgirls? He's like, I was lonely at work. So, Brian, what else did you guys have for tonight's show? Because I know you just invited me on the fly. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
First video that's up right now is Black Dick was too big for Piper Perry's small holes. That little girl takes a lot of shit.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm looking for my notes. So I got Kendo's here. We talked about raunchy comedies. We didn't talk much about the millennials being blamed. Well, we talked about that before we started, I think.
I was like, how late was I to the podcast?
Holy sweet Jesus! Wait.
Like
what
an
did
hour.
you say? What was it on Pornhub?
I can't find their
WCBS.
channel.
I've been on for 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Yeah.
You said WCBS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got things in the search result I don't want to talk about.
I'll talk about them. Let me see if I can find it. I got no
No,
results found. Channel results.
Wait, what did you find?
It
Dude,
says
CBT? That's not us.
I got WCBS, and it says channel results ordered by relevancy for WCBS, and there's nothing. No results found.
I know the channel's there. I mean, I made it. It was a failed experiment. I'll look it up. I'll send you the link, Kendo.
Because I would like to hear your guys' porno commentaries. Ooh, I found a channel called Team Skeet.
Ooh. Are
I
they
don't know
shooting?
what that's about.
I'll be right back.
Mistress,
apparently
Nipple,
you're
Torment,
WCBS.
CBT, and Strap-On.
Okay, so I found you guys. Top 5 porn films on Netflix, right?
Yep, that's it. You found it.
Oh, dude, what'd you Google, or what'd you type in the thing?
Well, apparently you have to type it in capital WCB and then lowercase s.
WCB, lowercase s.
God damn it, Riley Reed.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, I know what I'm watching later. I mean, I
Nope.
do have to be up in a couple hours for work, but fuck that.
Be prepared for Dustin's comments because they're gonna like if you slightly get into the video, he will say shit to kill your boner.
Well,
I could tell you, I'm going to be watching these not for any boner to have, and I still can't find it. I give up. I'll look later.
after that CBT stuff, I don't know if I could sleep tonight. So I know what I'm doing.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't want to talk about it. And the fact that I even know it exists is enough to make me wonder why I'm still alive.
So, Brian, are you going to see Spider-Man Homecoming when it's like $1 at Redbox?
I don't know. I mean, what I'm surprised is my son didn't want to see it. He was really into Spider-Man when he was younger, and then Spider-Man 3 kind of pushed him over the edge a little bit, and he tried watching The Amazing Spider-Man and couldn't believe it, but I might see it.
No.
Yeah. Did he what?
What do you think? What did he think of it?
Homecoming?
No, Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, he didn't like it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's so
Next
bad.
time he asks, like, for any
Yeah.
kind of... How old is he?
He'll be 18 next month.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you should take him out for ice cream, but...
But no, when he was... Yeah, I mean, we still have the first one on VHS, and he
This
watched
game's always
that
good.
like in a continuous loop for months, so he was really into it. But
It's a good-ass movie.
so he's actually on vacation with a friend of his, and maybe when he gets back, we'll watch it. I'm sure it'll still be around somewhere.
I'll tell you, though, honestly, it's nothing like the trailer. It's not great, but it's not bad either. Like, you'll go into it, and you'll probably chuckle.
Yeah.
I think after the hype letdown, I think I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I guess I was just kind of in shock because I thought I'd hate it by the marketing. I did not care for the Disney XD looking bullshit. But the fact that it was,
I can't laugh anymore. Like, I'm done.
It surprised me, and I think that just... But now that I think about it, I don't see this being timeless. Like, this isn't a timeless movie. It's going to age quickly.
I got kicked off of a YouTube video comment section because the guy was doing a live stream and he's like, "This is the best Spider-Man movie to date." I
Nope.
said, "No, it's not. Spider-Man 2," as he goes, something, and he's like, "Well, if you like your Doc Ock to be the Lizard," I said, "You know nothing. Just because you're wearing a T-shirt doesn't mean you're a Spider-Man fan." So then he mutes me. He's like, "I'm not a real fan. Let me tell you something." So I turned off the video because why am I going to listen to this guy chastise
Let me
if I
tell
can't
you
respond?
something, brother.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck this guy,"
Let me
and
tell
then
you something, bro.
I tweeted him a whole bunch. And
I mean, anybody can put on a T-shirt and call themselves a fan, but that's I think that's the culture that we live in now. Like everybody can, there's this whole inclusivity, not the diversity now, that's the whole inclusivity nonsense. Like, oh, we have to make everything so that everybody can enjoy it. No, that's not how it works. Not everybody is supposed to enjoy. Like, not everybody's going to enjoy Spider-Man. It's just a fact. It's not everybody's going to care about the character. That's why you have multiple heroes. And if anything, you want to have multiple heroes because it drives competition. Look at what happened with wrestling, why the boom was so big in the 90s with the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars. Because you had competition. You had people who didn't like WWE, they watched WCW. You had people who didn't like certain wrestlers on WWF at the time.
Roman Reigns.
I don't even think. Oh God, I was about to make a Roman Reigns joke and I forgot what it was. But
no, but nowadays it's just, hey, you don't like this, there's no alternative, and then you just don't watch wrestling anymore.
Oh God. Honestly, I try to get more excited for it, but with the exception of like the Braun Strowman stuff, it's really hard for me to keep my attention on Braun Strowman or anything AJ Styles and Owens do. Like everything else is like meh to. I'll see where they're going with this, but if they'll lose me if they do something stupid.
Hey, what days do you work? Like, what time do you work on Wednesdays?
The thing is Wednesdays is the thing is with my job, since I'll let you guys know this much about what type of work I'm doing right now. It's basically customer service in retail. So with retail, you never know what your schedule is going to be until like the day of. Sometimes, like I could be.
I was just trying to get you on Ring Rust. That's why I asked.
No, I understand. Schedule wise, Wednesdays is sometimes a good day for me, and sometimes not. Like I said, it really depends on my job. Like some days I might work that Wednesday, other days I may not. So, I mean, if anything, I'll let you know when I have off Wednesdays and see if we work something around that. Because, like I said, it's not a guarantee. Sometimes, like right now, like I'm just like not saying right now, like at this hour, but like let's say earlier today, they could have let me know. Oh, hey, well tomorrow we need you at so and so time. Can you come in? And obviously, if I can't come in, I lose a day. So that doesn't work for me either. So it's one of the situations where the ball's in their court, not mine. So schedule-wise, I'm doing my best to try to find something that is a little more consistent. Because I would really love to do more, like especially with the Fancaste. You know, I really appreciate what Brian and Kendo and even now Reality's Frank, you guys, you know, working around my schedule to try to get me on the show. And I know I bullshit a lot, but thanks anyways. You know, I'm not ungrateful. But I know the scheduling of my job really does like play a factor on whether or not I may be able to make a show like every week.
Well, I just wanted to throw an open invite to you because you seem to like to talk wrestling, and I mean, it would just be nice to have a new voice. Kendo enjoys it, so
We do.
we can keep it rolling.
I'll definitely let you know if anything at some point.
And I'll make sure I give you the date for the World Class Bullshitters fan appreciation episode. Probably next week. I'll give it to you. So I'm just going to let you know because we record that show Thursday at 8:30 p.m.
8:30. I'm usually off Thursday, so I think I should be fine. But then again, like I said, it's never a guarantee. So if anything, when you let me know, I'll try to plan it around that.
I should be good. I'm usually good on Thursdays at 8. I mean, I'm a kid. I don't have a real job.
I'm a kid. I don't have a job. Dude, when I was your age, I did have a job, and it sucked.
Me too.
I work at a concession stand on weekends, but that doesn't count.
Hey, when I was your age, Augs, I had a girlfriend, and I hated it.
Oh, well, I love it.
Oh, no, because, one, her friend was putting stupid ideas in her head, and two, because she didn't want to put out, so.
And 3, she wouldn't go to White Castle.
Well, this girl likes all the movies I like.
Yeah, before she wasn't real.
I just watched Die Hard the other day with her, and she loved it.
Augs, I'm going to say this much right now. Please be an inspiration to your generation, because we need more people like you. We're going down
brother.
dark times.
I wish that... I don't know.
It's starting to get a little too sappy and emotional.
Wait, did I find the channel? I did find it. Do you need the link still, Kendo?
Yeah, fire that over.
Yeah, the video's titled "Riley Reid Sucks a Big Dick," narrated porn commentaries. It's got 15,928 views. Holy shit!
Well, the Illuminati's gonna shut us down.
That's your highest viewed video ever.
Thankfully, it's not. Dude, that Ghostbusters review still.
Damn.
How I found the channel.
And then the Captain America video I made a couple weeks ago is almost... There you go.
Wait a second. You guys actually got an achievement. Mr. Popularity. Wow.
Yeah, we were doing all right on Pornhub, and then it just got kind of weird because Dustin would try, and I would try to record it before the podcast, and it was just getting too difficult.
Yeah. I'll be right back in a minute.
All right.
City Quality Dick. All right.
Alrighty. To answer your question, Jeff, the only thing I think we've got left over was something I had on my list, and that was a little bit more information from Kendo on his Iron Maiden concert.
Ooh.
Lay it on us, Kendo.
What happened?
Well, we don't know. You were
I
there.
was looking at... Oh, you want to know about the Iron Maiden concert?
Yes,
it was fucking
sir.
awesome. It was great. They had this opening act that was called Ghost or Ghost BC sometimes. It depends on where they're at and what copyright laws they have to go with. They're a Swedish metal band, and so that can go one or two ways when it comes to Scandinavian metal bands. But they were good, and it was great. I like my music, heavy metal with a side of Satan. And
You make my last concert-going experience sound lame.
Oh, no, it was a great time at the concert. We had a lot of fun. We were originally on the lawn, which at the place we were at, it's like 7,000 like seats, and then there's like 13,000 capacity in the lawn area. We started in the lawn, then we got the free upgrades, watched the opening act there, and then my buddy Rocco turned out he was there, so we went and found him because Rocco is always a party. He's always operating on multiple substances, so we went and hung out with Rocco.
We have a place like that. It's called River Bend. Dan actually works there, where it's got a lawn and then, so much capacity. I saw Kiss there. That was a concert.
Nice.
Yeah, but the last concert I saw was Tears for Fears and Hall & Oates, so it wasn't as cool as Iron Maiden.
Oh, but I would go see Tears for Fears and Hall & Oates. I'd have no problem with that.
Tears for Fears was so much better than Hall & Oates.
I don't doubt that. I like a wide variety of music. I just happen to really like loud music.
Best concert I've ever seen was still Weezer, because it was only 90 minutes and all they did is play their hits. They didn't try to play us new shit off their new album. They just said, hey, Cincinnati, we're here. And that was it. It was an awesome show. It was down at the casino, and I liked it.
Alrighty. Well, people are starting to yawn.
I'll shill for the show. Support the channel. Go to Patreon. If you get on Patreon, you can get the special videos like I had today. It's an exclusive.
$10 and up, too.
Yeah, $10 and up a month. Support the channel. Subscribe, like. Support our channel. Subscribe, like. Ring Rust if you're interested in wrestling. Subscribe and like. Buy a T-shirt. Where can they buy those T-shirts?
You guys do a good job telling the fans, so you go ahead.
CarnickStudios.com. Don't forget the goddamn hyphen.
Buy a goddamn T-shirt.
Buy the damn T-shirts already.
You can
I'll give
contact
you
them.
the driver.
You can contact them at worldclassbs@mail.com.
The best mail.
.com. I finally got to do it.
Hey.
Alrighty. So we're all done, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Oh, poo. It was just getting good.
It was just getting good. It's,
we could stay on longer. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I want you guys' opinion on what I'm working on here, too. So.
All right, shoot.
So I barely have a voice left over. So I have been your gracious host for the last 3 hours, Brian Leap, also known as Brainmuffin. With us, Reality's Frank has already checked out, but we have Mr. President Augs.
Augs 2020.
We have all the way from Nuevo York, Liquid Metal Pro.
God damn it, brown people.
We have the wrestler fiend himself, Kendo Slice.
I really don't understand how Piper Perry can fit those things into her. They are way, way big, and she is way small.
Holy shit, I gotta see this.
And we've had our other extra special guest this time, the man who started it all, Mr. Jeff Hicks.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to have you guys on the World Class Bullshitter show, because it's going to be like this, but amplified. Brian, I hope you have a couple beers in you for that show.
I will do my best. I will go. I'll go to Jungle Jim's first.
A couple for me is like 10. So
I'm gonna just get Dr. Pepper.
I'll get drunk for the show. I got no problem doing
I
that.
may even just drink some of my own. How about that?
There you go.
I've contemplated getting drunk for the main podcast, but there's like 4 things I have to do at once, and I feel like I would just be super sloppy. So
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt
You're
you.
in White Castle.
Dude, White Castle makes me so sick, and not even like in the gassy way. It just makes me want to puke. I hate fast food underneath it all. Like sometimes I eat it out of necessity, like when I'm in a rush, but I always regret it.
So, any other closing thoughts, comments?
Fuck Topher Grace.
All right. Good night.